EA changed the model. Everything drops at once. Dynasty, Road to Glory, Team Builder, College Football Playoff Mode, Ultimate Team, Sights and Sounds, Madden, the cover, the subscription, all of it tonight on the World of College Football. Yes, sir. Let's go. This is the day I've been waiting for over a year now. Now, most people that are streaming right now, they are going to chase every single drop of information that we have going on. But I'm not going to lose that thread to you tonight. We're not going to be chasing all the information because I want to give y'all a hierarchy of what I want. I am college football first. I cover college football. So everything that I see tonight is going to be through that lens. The modes that affect you the most, like Dynasty, Road to Glory, we're going to get that the most time. I did all my homework, and I know exactly what the community is looking for and what they've been asking for quite some time now. So tonight, we're going to see all collectively if EA has been finally listening to us. Now, College Football 25 built this community on goodwill, and the people, they bought it. They loved it. They showed up for College Football 26, but they were let down. If 27 is the year that Faith gets taxed on top of the purchase price that we already got to pay, $60 to $80, then I feel like you're going to lose people who wanted to stay and give their hard-earned money to you because they love college football. The most dangerous comment about that I read in the community tonight was about people that were weary because there was a paywall. There's a paywall for a skill tree. All of this is becoming a huge problem. We see it in everyday life. We see it all around us. EA, you got some explaining to do. We're going to be real. We shouldn't be scared to talk about this. That's going to get covered today. But the key questions, I'm going to break it all down for you. I'm going to make sure that I stay on topic, but I'm looking at everything through a college football first lens before anything. We're going to talk about the Heisman Trophy. We're going to talk about mascot mode. We're also going to talk about the graphics, the gameplay, all the special requests. But I have questions for you. I'm pulling up with receipts. So you tell me, let me know in the chat. EA made College Football 25 on goodwill. And this was after an 11-year absence of not feet in the streets. Is College Football 27 the game where they finally start collecting on that goodwill that they promised to us? That's my question that needs answering. Anybody can feel free to comment in the chat. Let me know. My next question. If 2K charges for my team packs and the community accepted it because my career is free, which is my favorite game mode. My favorite in my career, NBA 2K13, hands down. But if EA is charging us for Dynasty depth, what is the free version of Dynasty actually worth? That's a question that needs answering. My last question. If the Rainmaker skill tree that we've been seeing floating around, buzzing around out there, if that is real, what does Dynasty mode actually look like without this, where you have to pay in order for you to get skill points or Dynasty points for you to spend to build your program? Is it a complete mode, or are we just getting a demo of a mode? And these are all questions. I have it all broken down. My expectations for this game is low, to be honest with you. So they're going to have to show me. I don't know how you feel. Let me know in the chat. But I have solutions. I came with receipts. I have conversation starters for all y'all, straight up. But I also have a checklist. We're gonna talk about it. I have a checklist because I'm true to the streets. Hanging mouthpieces. I need that helmet tilt. I need the long arm sleeves. I need the crop tops. I need the jerseys to be cut off. I need the pad level adjustment. I need that to be good. I also need the body type variation. I need tattoos. I need custom visors. I got a whole checklist. I'm watching tonight. I'm just letting y'all know what y'all anticipate, right? Now, if the helmet tilt is not in the game, after being the most requested equipment feature for 2 consecutive years, what is EA's actual process for reading community feedback? Those are questions that I must know. We are count down to 2 minutes before everything gets started, and it's going to be an interesting night. This is the world of CFB. Let's do it. We got to go to the other main screen so we can get the actual drone shot of what's going on. Let's go to the live stream. Perfect. Everybody good? We can see it. We're all waiting right now. Opening drive. 21,000 people in counting. Getting up there. Let's see what this live chat talking about. Let's see what this squad talking about. We ready. We ready. We ready. Here we go, bro. Here we go. Here we go. So they are dropping everything on us all at one time. They not playing no games with us. They said they changed up their strategy. I don't know if they've been watching what's going on in the streets right now. You know, there's an artist that just dropped 3 albums in one night. They said, well, we could choose some of the same strategy too. that man just dropped the whole formula. So they're giving us everything tonight. But those are some of the big questions. I have questions about this paywall thing. I have questions about the AI. I have questions about Road to Glory, the equipment, the PC question, because it's finally coming to PC for the first time. CFB 27, in my opinion, I feel like they could have dropped it last year. But what does it actually mean with them dropping to PC? That's one of the things I'm looking for tonight. I'm just setting forward my expectations. I want to know about the bridge. And what do you mean by bridge, Moon? Well, if you export your player in college football 27, and let's say you're starting in 2026, you end in 2030, 2031. When I import my player in my Road to Glory to Madden 27, is it going to automatically pick up in that 2030 season? Or am I going to have to play with the same Dante Moore, Fernando Mendoza, or he came out last year, but Jeremiah, based on what the draft class is? That's what I want to know. Is your RTG player entering the NFL draft in the same timeline that you actually were built in? These are questions that I must know. I want to know about broadcasting, a bunch of other stuff too. But ultimately, I just got to set the stage because most people streaming right now are going to try to chase everything because they're doing a massive dump. But my hierarchy for what I want to know, Dynasty, Road to Glory, then we got to fit our equipment checklist in there. You know, we got to have a strategy. Can't just come half-stepping. We got to fit the equipment checklist in there. I already told y'all what I'm looking for. We got to have that paywall question conversation. What else? What's next on the hierarchy? We got to go team builder, and then everything else follows. Madden, I don't want to speak on my lane. That is not my lane, to be honest with you. However, I'm a football guy, so I'll tell you what my football perspective is. But as far as Madden will go through, give it the respect it's due. But, you know, anything I see, I'll just point it out to you. But I'm here through a college football lens. So let's get to it. 85 people in counting. What's good? Fall in? Fall in. It's great to see you in attendance, my brother. Great to have you. Hope everybody's having a great night. Owner mode. Hiring and firing coaches. Are we going to get that in the game? Legacy score. What does that look like? Is it a new concept? What happens when your legacy score conflicts with what it actually takes to win at your school? Are they going to boot you out there? I hear that we have dynasty points, and they're tying to recruiting, NIL, facilities, staff, all of it. The CPU component, how do they use the system? I know I have questions about all of it, bro. And I also have solutions. for the whole list. But those that didn't see my equipment checklist and are just joining into the stream, helmet tilt and everything. Oh, we ready. Let's go. Shut up, Moon. Be quiet. Where my popcorn at, though? I don't care what y'all talking about right now. Let me turn this down just a little bit. Audio good? Audio good?
Yeah, I'm him. Hey, 10 on 10, triple double off the rim. Yeah, MVP, that's gon' run a couple M's. Hey, spin a block, yeah, I said it. It's on lock, yes, I said it. Still on top, yeah, I said it. Yeah, I'm him. Hey,
Gucci.
10 on 10, triple double off the rim. Yeah, MVP,
Perfect.
that's gon' run a couple M's. Hey, spin a block, yeah,
I'm gonna let y'all see it. I'm gonna get out the way. I'm gonna be in the bottom right. So let's do this. I'm gonna try to get the full version. Reduce yourself so everybody else can see.
Good evening and welcome to EA Sports Opening Drive, live from the Aon Grand Ballroom at Navy Pier in Chicago. I'm your host, Nick Mazesco, and tonight isn't just about two games, it's about football. EA Sports believes football is more than what happens on the field. It's about the communities, rivalries, and culture that connects fans every day. From the first snap under Friday Night Lights to the biggest moments on Sunday, it's not just about how it's played, but how it's experienced. Because this year, more than ever, every decision you make matters. How you build, how you play, and what happens next. Only EA Sports can bring fans the full football journey, from building your program, to creating your player, to proving yourself in the NFL, to running the entire league. And it's all connected. The modes, the moments, the decisions. Tonight, you're going to see how it all comes together. The players, the systems, and the decisions, and the decision makers that define this year's experience. So whether you're building your program, living your career, or running the league, this is your football journey. Let's throw it over to the pride of Florida State University, Sean Grady, to take us through the future of football at EA
Let's
Sports.
do it. Let's do it, baby. What's good?
Hello, welcome. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. We are so happy to see you guys tonight. My name is Sean Grady. I'm the Vice President and Head of Production for EA Sports College Football and Madden NFL. And it's incredible to be here tonight in the iconic Aon Ballroom at the Navy Pier in Chicago, home of this year's Madden NFL 27 cover athlete, Caleb Williams. Let's go.
The one with the
And we are
fingernails?
joined tonight online by the college football and Madden NFL communities watching with us. Thank you guys for joining us around the world. Now, we've been looking forward to this night for a long time. Those of you in the room know that for the past 2 years, this has been a private event back at our Orlando studio in Florida, where we hosted a few select community members. But tonight, we're opening it up to the entire football audience, here in the room, of course, and around the world. And we're going to show you everything we've been building in College Football 27 and Madden NFL 27, and I do mean everything. So this is our opening drive. Now, we're all football fans, and we know there's nothing like that first series. It's the first look at everything you've prepared for, months of film study, and we've studied a lot of the film from you guys in the room here, reps, adjustments, and execution, of course, all building towards that moment when you kick off the ball. And for us, that moment's right now. Now, before we look ahead to the future of football, let's take a moment to celebrate the incredible athletes that represent this year's game. On College Football 27, our covers capture everything that makes the sport special. The programs, the colors, the pageantry, and of course, the big athletes that bring it all to life every Saturday. So we're very excited to share that we have our cover athletes in the building tonight: Ole Miss running back Keywan Lacey, Miami wide receiver Malachi Toney, and Oregon quarterback Dante Moore. They're somewhere here in the room. If you guys are here, say hi, wave your hands. Thanks for joining us, guys, tonight.
South
I
Florida
wish Coach Signetti was
sensation.
here. He's gracing the deluxe edition cover, controlling the
Oh, the
chaos
smell
from
of
the
God.
front, but he could not make it tonight. Now let's turn our attention to Sundays. This year's Madden NFL 27 cover represents the next generation of the league.
I like the
player
covers.
stepping into the spotlight right here in Chicago.
That's just my take.
Chicago fans?
I rock with it.
Okay. Yeah. We like to say he plays Madden like a Madden character brought to life. He's made the Bears team a can't-miss team week in and week out. And anybody that watched the playoffs last year knows this. Any Packer fans in the house? You guys remember this, yeah. Sorry to remind you about that. But we're incredibly excited to have him here tonight as well. Chicago Bears quarterback and the first ever Bears cover athlete, our 27 cover star, Caleb Williams. If you're here, Caleb, say hello. All right, over the past year, our teams have been in their own version of the offseason. We're building, we're testing, we're iterating, and we're pushing every detail forward, from gameplay to presentation, from deeper authenticity to new innovations. Every part of these experiences have been shaped with a purpose. Because when you all step on that virtual field, when you pick up the controller, we want you to feel confidence, control, and clarity. We want you to feel that this is the strongest version of football we've ever delivered. That's how we feel. So tonight, we are going to go deep, and I do mean deep, so get comfortable, sit back and relax. Drum roll, please. We're going to share gameplay, presentation, all the modes you care about, and the
Crazy
shared
play
DNA
right there, my
across
dog.
college football and Madden NFL. You will see the unique decisions we've made in each game to capture the wide open explosiveness of college football and the precision playmaking of the NFL. In short, College Football 27, Saturday is going to feel more like Saturday, and in Madden NFL 27, Sunday is going to feel more like Sunday. That sound good to you guys? Want to hear more?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Before we
Yeah,
get
they went
into the
outside,
games,
bro.
I do want to take a step back and share with you how we're thinking about the future of football at
Crazy
EA
game,
Sports.
though.
We're evolving college football and Madden NFL around 3 core pillars. So first, and I know all of you in the room are going to like this, gameplay above everything.
Thank the
That means
Lord.
authentic, responsive football with more
Thank
control,
you, God.
smarter
Thank
AI,
you.
and signature movement that feels true to the athletes, teams, and sport we represent. It also means we're investing in new ways to capture real-world football data through our internal partners like TrackCab, helping us unlock deeper realism, better movement, and new possibilities in the future. Stay tuned for that. Second, connected careers with more life. Guys, we continue to invest deeply in the modes our players spend the most time in, building football career and franchise experiences that are more authentic, more dynamic, more social, and more connected across both college and Madden NFL. And in fact, that high school to Hall of Fame journey is something that only EA Sports can deliver. And third, fandom without limits. In the very near future, we're going to provide more ways for football fans to represent their teams, show their creativity, play their way, and connect to the sport they love. With new tools, new experiences, and a new football platform connected and rewarding you and your fandom year-round. There's much more to come on that, but we are very excited for the future of football. All right, now speaking of platforms, we want every football fan to feel connected across our ecosystem. So that's why I am excited to share with you all tonight that College Football 27 will launch on PC for the first time.
Okay.
I've seen the comments.
got
I know
mobile?
you wanted to hear that. It's coming. So it will join Madden NFL, giving our PC community the chance to play both college football and Madden at the highest fidelity possible. I'm also excited to share that EA Sports College Football is coming to mobile this year.
Yes,
bringing
let's
the
go.
power and beauty of Frostbite gameplay and an all-new Dynasty experience later
Let's
this
go.
year. Now, I might be biased, but I think it's the best-looking game on a mobile device from a sports perspective. So
Thank you,
whether you
God.
play on
Thank you,
console,
bro.
PC, or mobile, football fans have more ways to play college football and Madden NFL anywhere, anytime. All right, now, without further ado, let's get to our first
satisfied.
look at College Football 27 and Madden NFL 27.
This man said
College
mobile.
Football 27 is built to reflect the modern, evolving college football landscape, delivering new ways
said
to play
mobile.
in Dynasty, Road to Glory, Ultimate Team, and more. Our goal is to create an experience with depth, challenge, emotion, and the current real-world college football decision-making landscape. So whether you're building your program, becoming a 5-star recruit, or creating your ultimate team of current or legendary players, College Football 27 is built around one question. Are you doing it for the you or for yourself? This is College Football 27.
Hey, that was tough, bro. That was tough. Mobile, bro? You're not about to tell me nothing. Let me shut up.
Some players who walk through that tunnel onto that field grew up dreaming about putting on this uniform. They've rooted for this team their whole life and want to be a part of something bigger than themselves.
The pads got better. The pads got better, bro.
Dream. The money, the deals, the cars, those shiny teeth. That's college football now. I get it. Everyone's got to make a name for themselves. The truth is, I don't care why you show up. I care what happens after you do.
Kirk got so much aura.
I care if you love to compete.
Appreciate you reposting, Mikey.
If you want every advantage. And if it turns into one thing on Saturday, winning. That's why I want you here.
Touch push?
That's what you're here to do.
Hey, he did 6'7". Oh my heavens. Why the game actually look better though?
I don't know,
You saw the
something
pads. The
about
pads
that
were like
pulls at the
lower.
heartstrings, the music, college football, it's just amazing. We are honored to have Coach Cignetti representing the reigning national champions in this year's trailer. Congratulations once again to the University of Indiana. Now don't worry, I know you want more than that. The development team is going to come out here and take you much deeper in just a few moments, including gameplay and what's new across your favorite modes in college football. But before we do that, I do want to get you just as hyped on Madden NFL 27. Madden NFL 27 brings meaningful innovations for every type of player. Whether you come for precision gameplay, superstar mode, of course franchise mode, or presentation that makes every game feel connected to the night of the week, your team's traditions, or the moment in the virtual season that you're in right now. And I'm very happy to share that Madden NFL 27 represents our second consecutive year of a deep investment and a major leap forward for franchise mode players. This year, franchise mode is designed to bring the action to you in a more alive and dynamic way, putting you in control of the decision that defines a GM, a coach, or an entire league. In Madden NFL 27, it's your league. All right, let's take a look at how one of our newest GMs sees it. Check it out.
Well, I'm kind of excited, though.
Huh? What's there to talk about? Undefeated season, Super Bowl champions. I mean, has any other team
I'm gonna give it a chance.
all their opponents during the regular season and through the playoffs in the Super Bowl before? Oh, no, really? We're the first one? Oh, well, that'll be a fun trivia question going forward.
Breaking news. Read the comment.
I'm a decision maker. It's what I do. It's not my fault the rest of the league can't keep up. Blame them. I really blame me, because I've raised the bar super high. My first decision? Lock down my franchise QB.
Caleb, what I'm telling you, big guys, I love you.
And you want to know how you know I love you? Because I'm giving you all my money. Good use of funds. Size, athleticism, IQ, chill under pressure. Caleb Williams is permafrost. We've done the focus groups, we've done the straw polls. They love it. It's permafrost. Look, I'm not some indecisive GM without a plan who's just going to pull a 48-year-old quarterback out of retirement just because I can.
Checking on that backup QB gig.
How many touchdowns? The answer is yes. How do we stop this? Yes. You're my guy and you're in.
Thanks, Vince.
All right, great seeing you.
Building something special here.
Not a chance. Cheryl! We got a red one in here. We talked about it. It all starts at the negotiation table. Lucky I like to talk. No. I'll find the money, Jacob. Trade requests, extensions, holdouts. Leonard, there is an I in win. And there's also an I in Vince. A lot of pageantry. You totally did the right thing. You're fired, but you handled it well. Bye-bye. And you gotta have a deft touch with this stuff.
You handled it well.
Works for me. On the field, I like to score. Call me crazy. I'm a scheme guy, though. I don't just run the same play over and over just because it works.
Switch push.
JK, I do that. Everyone's excited about what we've been building. We're 6-0, so I just expect to go to 7-0 and 8-0 and 9-0. My favorite scheme? Get the ball to the money players. The NFC's real hungry.
Golly. What's a feast without a little gravy?
Look at Sam.
But defense wins championships. So I stole an all-pro corner from an unsuspecting casual.
He called me brother and then ripped me off.
Oh, that's a
This league
streamer.
is all about
I know
keeping your
him.
emotions in check.
Get the back player. Demand a trade. You were talking to Vince Vaughn, ain't you?
I mean, Vince has been an unbelievable GM. He's new to this, but it appears to be Vince's world, and we're all just living in it.
You can never get comfortable in this league. That's why I prefer to stay 6 steps ahead. Since you can't predict the weather, I turned the temp way down. Everyone copied that one. I also created a whole new menu, Chicago dogs only. Feels nice to be recognized. Last Sunday, I ran nothing but Tampa 2 to take away all those drags you guys love to run.
Goodbye, drag rats.
I have no idea what's going on right now. He was the GM, now he's the coach. What's next? Vince Vaughn at quarterback?
Miss Kimes.
I think it's important to get this out of the way. Fair ball! The rumors are true.
Hibernate. Picnic.
I'm the coach, I'm the GM, and I will be playing quarterback.
That's not a clown.
Honey!
Am I in on Vince Vaughn at quarterback?
He's 56.
Nothing can replace just literal decades of life experience.
Decades and decades and decades.
This is a joke, right? I can play till 56.
He's 6'5", he's your traditional pocket passer. The knees aren't what they used to be. I kind of want to see it.
You know, Caleb's supportive. We're going to have a spot for him, but I think he's just loving watching me play quarterback. I mean, we're a team. Everyone puts the team first, and that's why I'm running everything. To all the haters out there, do me a favor. Stick around and watch it. It'll be more of the same next year. Thank you again. Go Bears. Would you look at that? I mean, do I deserve a statue next to Sweetness? I'm not saying I don't. Maybe you'll get one too.
Maybe.
Time to run it back.
I'm a chairman of the board. I'm a chairman of the board. Said I'm a chairman.
I feel like that was very well done, though. They show love to the streamers. They show love to
All right, we love Vince Vaughn.
fantasy
He's a
football.
legendary Bears
So
fan, if
many
you didn't
different
know,
people.
and now he's apparently a legendary Bears GM. So we can't wait for you to get your hands on the new franchise improvements and experience a league that truly reacts to you this season. You're going to hear a lot more about that in just a few moments when Clint is up here. Are you ready to go deeper than that, though? Those are just trailers.
Yes,
you want to hear more?
sir.
I'm guessing you
Talk
do.
to
Come
me.
on, all right. All right, so stick around for the entire show because we're going to unveil the games, and you'll find out how to get beta access and feel it for yourselves. You'll learn how to pre-order and join a brand new program that delivers the most value we've ever offered. And you'll see your favorite community members, all you lovely people in the room here tonight, and creators play the games for the first time and share their reactions. So once again, welcome to the opening drive.
We just heard
I can
about
get
where
behind this.
football is going. Now, let's show you how it plays. Because this year, EA Sports isn't just building games. They're building a connected football experience. From Fridays to Saturdays to Sundays, every moment, every decision, every snap is now connected. It all starts on the gridiron. To take us through how it all comes together on the field, here's Senior Game Designer Director, the OG, Scott O'Gallagher.
Scott. My dog, Scott. All right, let's lock in.
Like, come, baby. Let's get this thing cracking now.
Scotty.
All right, gameplay above everything. The first thing I said is you damn right,
the
baby.
aura.
Who is excited to see some gameplay right now over college and Madden football?
Yeah,
We
for
have
the
an
2K.
exciting feature set for you, and I gotta admit, you guys seeing my face this early, it's throwing me off for a little bit because Nick, usually it's you, me, and then we're watching Bordeaux catch an L to one of our college cover athletes.
falling. Don't be no
get it
Bordeaux.
twisted, though. You're still
no
better
Bordeaux.
than Bengal. No doubt about it. All right, let's talk about how we bring all of this together. Every year after the season ends, we get, in our mini camp, or we like to call pre-production, and then, we look at themes and things that you guys say, because your feedback is essential to what we do.
We're going to see.
So let's look at how we broke this down. You first told us that you wanted more tools defensively. The AI logic
shout out to
needed to be
JT
better.
Gaming.
You wanted more control on
Let's
the
go.
other
Got
side
the
of the
pre-order
football,
on
and
the
that's why
drop.
we rally behind
Let's go.
defense wins championships. Next is built from game day. This is our authenticity pillar. We know that every team is somebody's favorite team, and you're going to see how we delivered that this year. And then last but not least is play your way. With all the features you're going to hear tonight, the different settings, how are we giving you the tools to ultimately play your way? And now let's get to it. Defense wins championships, and it starts fundamentally. For years, one of the biggest holes that we have had to sure up that we did this year was what we call look for work. What is look for work? That's that middle linebacker seeing that drag coming right at you, and he can anticipate.
Talk
in
ball,
our game
Scotty.
last year and in previous and any other football game made, defending in the zone, they didn't move until they got into their zone. That all changes here. And we're going to go right here to the film room, and we're going to see Fred Warner here. And I want you to see his ability to look for work.
Oh,
Love
goodness.
drops. He's in his hook zone. He's going to drop properly. He's going to anticipate it. Love has to make a call. We're throwing a pick. Here we go. We're moving. Next, from there we said, all right, now that we've gotten look for work in the game, how do we give the users more tools to control how they want to play in zones? And now we're introducing smart zones. So now, both on an individual or team level, you can decide how aggressive that you want them to be. Do you want that Mike backer because the mesh concept is driving you crazy and you want to get up and take that away? Just put him in ultra aggressive. Is the quarterback killing you with that two ball or that deep over? Put him in ultra conservative, and he'll prefer routes and prioritize routes behind him. Here, we're going into aggressive. They're running that slant concept, pick six. We're going back to the crib. We are giving you more options than you have ever had before. Come on, we got to clap that up. We're just defense.
No, that was lit. That was lit. I was it.
All right. But we know that football is not perfect, and there is a lot of, you call the perfect defensive play, you're clamping them up, you got them strapped and locked up like the kids say these days, and then all of a sudden the quarterback is going to evade the pocket. I mean, we got the legend Michael Vick sitting over there. Shout out to the legend, clapping
Mike
up for
Vick
the legend.
there too?
But the thing is
going next
similar
year,
to
bro.
Madden 2004 summer, you guys are still trying to play it the same way. You get out and you're just scrambling everywhere. And so we had to introduce what is real, and real football is plaster logic. No longer are guys just standing around and just covering grass like your favorite City League flag football player. They are out here moving, attaching, locking, and ultimately clamping, and hopefully giving you a better chance not to give up those big plays. Shout out to Mike Vick, the greatest Madden player that we've ever had. And now here, we meet with hundreds of coaches, defensive coordinators all around the NFL and college football. And this thing here, we are now providing 25 new coverage checks. How do you want to play bunch? How do you want to play trips? How do you want to play stack? The options are endless. You can set them in the front end to then you be like your favorite coordinator. And now we get into our wide receiver press. I saw Ocho Cinco earlier in here, but I mean, no one did it better than him. One of my favorite routes, or one of my favorite NFL films, he's like, I need you right here. That's everything I said to our dev team. It felt like every time we were going over this feature. Now, with our wide receiver defensive press improvements, receivers actually have logic around the route they are trying to run. If they're running a deep out, they're going to try to win on the outside. If they're running a deep in, they're trying to get to the inside. On the other side of that coin, corners, and now leverage is going to mean more than it even did last year and ever before, because we have boosted chances when they are in the appropriate leverage. And then we go to jostle. Some of my favorite cornerbacks of all time, guys like Aeneas Williams, Darrelle Revis. These guys were clamp corners. And our game has always been hard to replicate them because they were not known as the fastest, even though they certainly could run. They were great with technique, really physical. And so how are we going to do that? That is with our brand new wide receiver DB jostle system. And now you as a user, you can attach on the move. You can get them at the stem of the route and really play with the timing of them. Or you can attach when the ball is in flight. And keep in mind, when you are attached, you are slowing the wide receiver down, thus putting yourself in the best position to make a play. And here we go, built from game day, baby. Every player is somebody's favorite player. I want you guys to take a look at Colin Simmons. You see him. He's one of the best defensive ends that there is out there. You see all of his physicals and the different tiers. Over the past couple of years, you guys have been very vocal that you preferred the tiered ability system. And we listened because this is your game. So with that, the tiered ability system is going to debut in Madden NFL 27.
Let's go.
Clap that up because you asked for it.
Madden
and
fans
being a lifelong Rams fan, and I haven't missed a single game in 30 years, I am going to formally welcome Myles Garrett to the Rams house. Myles Garrett, thank you, brother. Can't wait to have you. All right, those two guys dominated in the trenches. When you looked at our game and you looked at real life, where it really broke down was, when it's goal line on goal line, big on big, 13 personnel. It just didn't look like what you see on Saturdays and Sundays until now. We've got brand new 2-player, 3-player, 4-player animations. We've got cut blocking, submarine techniques to really make it so you have to earn every yard inside those situations. My boy Kurt over here just says, yeah, it feels a lot heavier now. It's a different experience to really get those 4th and 2s, 4th and 1s. And when you talk about inside the trenches, there's nothing like the quarterback sneak. And you say, what the hell am I looking at here? Yep, you got a QB sneak meter, right? And you see the green. Let's talk about the green. The green all comes in. The first thing that we look at is your center, your 2 guards, and then your quarterback. And then we say, all right, we're going to take those ratings and we're going to compare them. Do you have anybody in a zero technique? Are both A-gaps filled? And then when it goes side to side, that is all dependent on the situation. Is it a long 4th and 1? Is home field advantage rocking? What type of scenario is really at play here? But the point being, quarterback sneaks are no longer automatic. Clap that up. I know you're excited. Everybody at home is excited. We got to love the trenches. And you know the motto, if it's in the game, it's in the game, baby. The tush push. It's made its way to Madden NFL 27. Probably maybe only Philly fans are happy about that. Come on, man. All right.
Is it going to be broken?
Rejoice. What you've been asking for. Home field advantage is back, and it's back in the way that you asked. You're going to see a decimal meter that represents the crowd volume. It was imperative that we made Kansas City or Arrowhead really feel like Arrowhead. And Arrowhead should feel different in November than it does in January. And that is exactly what's going to come when you play your game in here in a few. And nothing screams home field advantage like dynamic weather. I know you guys are excited about dynamic weather, but that situation that changed the game in the AFC Championship game where it was clear and then it was nothing but snow flurries in the second half, that can happen in your game as well. But keep in mind, as the weather gets worse, the gameplay only gets tougher, so good luck with that. All right, let's get into play your way.
Thank you.
And nothing screams play your way like timing-based catching. Timing-based catching for years, whether it's the toe drag swag, the catch in traffic, trying to moss somebody, that has all been subject to ratings until now. And let's talk about what you're dealing with here. Red, you're too late. You dropped it. All right, take your ass back to the huddle. Let's get to a new play. Next, we're slightly early. When it goes into early, we're back into ratings. And the size of your yellow depends on how good your receiver is. And then there's green. You know my background. You know the kids love greens, right? But here's the thing with the greens. The greens are dynamic. This all depends on the situation. How good is your receiver? Who's covering him? How covered is he? What type of catch are you going for? Point being is that now, for the first time ever, the choice is yours. And you know what else I love it? Oh, gee, I can't catch the ball, man. Your game's broke. Fix your game, man. Okay, well, go turn the setting on, pal. Here you go. Go have at it. All right? And then, two, it works on both sides of the ball. So you want to clamp up and then hit your TBC, go have at it. Go have some fun. We're locking up on the defensive end this year, fellas. All right, now we're moving on to custom adjustments. Some of you out here tried to leak it. You tried. No, winners win out here. There's only so much you were going to be able to do.
Hey, bro.
Right? There's a lot more meat on this bones.
Relax,
right? Custom
Scotty.
adjustments are about giving players their own unique football language. You see it every Saturday and Sunday. There's a call. They're going to a combo call. There's a big macro that has multiple adjustments on one call. And now you can do that here. You're going to go into your custom adjustments. You're going to create your custom adjustment. Everything that we've ever had at pre-snap or at coaching adjustment is available to you. From there, you name it, and you can make up to 20 on offense and then make 20 on defense. The catch, Nick, you like this. The catch is you can only go into game with 10. 10 on offense and 10 on defense. Okay? Now I've made a custom adjustment. How do I call it? Well, look at your favorite play, figure out which one you're going to call. We're looking at cover 3 sky here, fellas. We just hold down that button right next to your stunts and twists. There's your macro. That's your custom adjustment right there. You can go and get busy. All right, then let's say you come out in pre-play and someone's running some type of cheese. You go, okay, well, I got something for this. I'm going to tap L1. L1 is our custom adjustment button. You go there, you hit L1 and call whatever one you got. Right? You got 10 of them to choose. You got all the options you want, right? All right, we're starting to cook here. So now, typically, I'm going to press my DBs up. I'm going to pinch my line, show blitz. I would have went through multiple different stages just to get to this. Now I've got it all in 2. All in 2. Yeah, shout out. Yep, you know what time it is. Winners win. We don't play around here, you know? We're making it, this is the best right here. And let's get to this. When you talk about custom adjustments, one of my favorite parts of this feature, and there's a ton of you in here, right? There's a lot of what I call 1%ers that are the best of the best, but there are a lot who love the game, who play the game, who play it, and they're sitting next to their buddy. Dude, I know you're scrambling. I know you're running. I know you are. How do I stop it, right? And you don't want to deal with the sweat fest. Rob Jones does not want to deal with the sweat fest at the line of scrimmage. So therefore, he just hits L1, presses A, and now he's got both ends in contain. He's got a QB spy, and we are clamping up that quarterback scramble. Ben Kurt, we're loving that, aren't you, buddy? Yep, shout it out to it. All right, this is everything. You got all these types of defaults on offense and defense.
He from Lever Street, bro.
Control at
He
this
from Lever
level
Street.
Before. All right, now you've heard a bunch of different features, right? And now what should you expect? When it comes to on the sticks between Madden and college football, college is still all about wide open gameplay, being loose in control, making those big plays, those side-to-side plays like one of my favorites, Reggie Bush. And then you look at Madden, it's all about everybody's fast in the NFL. It's tight, it's pro-level precision. Playbooks, it's the wide splits in Tennessee and Oklahoma. It's about spread, being more variety. Tempo is everything. Here, it's about the deeper schemes, more compressed, chest level strategy. The smarter game, the smarter game is over at Madden football. And then you look at coverage, base shells, bigger win differentiation, bit more zone windows. In the NFL, you're talking simulated pressures, disguised looks, and just overall smarter adjustments. In the trenches, the difference between the best player in college football and worst is much bigger than it is in the NFL. So you've got bigger run lanes where you got elite gap integrity, pocket battles every snap. It's the best of the best. AI play, we got base progressions. These are student athletes, even though we got our guy Dante Moore here, who is one hell of a player. And then you look at here, my guy Matt Stafford, at that level, these guys are surgeons. This is what you're going to see when you pick up the sticks on Madden 27. And then abilities. In college, you get a max of 5. What you know and love is still there. Madden takes the tiered system and says, you know what? They're unlimited. A player can have an unlimited number of abilities. Again, stars feeling like stars. And then there's home field advantage, where you're in Death Valley and it's an actual weapon, or you're going into Arrowhead and you got to execute under pressure. There is a lot of things coming, and I cannot wait. This is the smartest football game we have ever made. It is the most authentic football game we have ever made, and it's the most control you have ever had. Trust me on that. It is one game of football, but these are two totally different experiences, and I cannot wait for you guys to get your hands on this thing. I need you guys just to lock in, and I'll see you guys in a few weeks. Winners win, and I'm out. Much love to everybody. Back to you, Nick.
All right.
We just saw how much more control, strategy, and football intelligence is being built into gameplay this year. So let's bring in someone who can speak to that from both sides. A former NFL quarterback and a serious player of these games, none other than Mr. Kurt Bankert. Kurt, appreciate you spending some time with us. It's an exciting day here. I know you just watched it.
Hey, bump Kirk real quick. Look, how y'all feeling about everything that we just soaked in? We could talk about it as a community. Let me know your thoughts. If the gameplay adjustments that they're adding in is like timing-based catching now, that you have to turn on. Like, I like the trenches breakdown that they gave. Like, that was pretty nice. The submarining, like they added the touch push in there as well. I don't know if y'all gonna see people trying to abuse it, but I feel like you can abuse any play if you know how to work that jump right. Let me know your thoughts. Because I don't feel like they just changed anything. They just came out here and it took 20 plus minutes telling us about gameplay just to tell me about timing-based catches. I don't care. I want to know. I like the wide receiver DB battling. That was probably my favorite thing that I saw. The wide receiver battling at open field, all the other stuff. We got to get into the next thing, though.
I have some Dynasty heads home. To take us through Dynasty,
we got Dynasty
none
coming
other
up.
than Christian McLeod, a former Michigan State Spartan like myself and production director for College Football 27.
Please don't let me down, bro.
It is so exciting to be here in Chicago.
Well, my hope's not really even up anyway. So.
And how about a big round of applause? All the mascots out there today, great Big Ten representation. Saw little Albert the Gator, Raider Red. You guys are cool too. Sparty and I were originally going to do this as a team. Thought better, but I got you out there, Sparty. We appreciate you. So something we've been working on for years is a way to create the unsolvable puzzle in Dynasty mode. It started in College Football 25 and 26 with the introduction and refinement of coach archetypes and skill trees, balancing that with coordinators to create an RPG-like system where your decisions matter in crafting your program. For the last 3 years, we've had a vision for Dynasty to create the unsolvable puzzle for you, the fans, where every Dynasty, every season, every school feels different and evolves over time, truly giving you 138 ways to play. Now for College Football 27, we're introducing the single biggest change to Dynasty mode since we first introduced recruiting in Dynasty Blueprint. Dynasty Blueprint is a full program management system that allows you to use a Dynasty points budget. You're able to hire staff, upgrade your facilities, and utilize the points on the recruiting trail in the form of NIL. But before we dive too deep into Dynasty Blueprint, we need to talk about the ultimate wild card in the system, and it's the personality and expectations of each school's athletic director. Each school is unique. Each school will have a different demeanor, with each demeanor impacting how difficult passing or failing an expectation will be. There's hundreds of expectations ranging from winning on the field and the recruiting trail to developing and maintaining facilities, and even some school-specific goals that are ingrained in the very identity of those schools. So if you are Ohio State, you better beat Michigan every single year to stay off the hot seat.
Ooh.
Ensuring you're meeting your goals and your AD expectations is going to be key to sticking around, because you want to think, or you might have to think twice about jobs in the coaching carousel. So do you have the right coaching archetype to get the job done? Are the expectations too high based on your career level? Does the school's AD have a different vision for the program that you want to build?
This is what's going to set your Dynasty Blueprint in motion, and what makes it even cooler, these are dynamic. They're going to change season to season based on success and failure. So, you've selected your team, you manage your AD expectations, you're going to be asked to allocate some of your budget to your team support staff. Coordinators will already be on your staff in year one. They can be hired once you get to the carousel in the offseason. We'll get to that in a little bit. But this is where you're going to add a variety of staff that can assist with accruing more dynasty points, helping with recruiting, increasing player progression, or potentially reducing NIL asks. Keep in mind, though, these skills all work as a multiplier or a potential counterbalance to your coaching archetype, so choosing the proper mix of staff based on your skill tree and your coordinators is going to be key. And based on overwhelming community feedback, once you get to the offseason, you are now able to offer any coach or coordinator a job. It's good, it's exciting. This is what Mills, you wanted this, right? Expected dynasty point values are going to be based on the coach and your school, so you don't just expect to go in there, throw a giant bag of dynasty points at somebody and expect them to sign with your team. But more on that later. We're going to talk about the coaching carousel in a little bit. Next up, facilities. Facilities control how much XP your players are going to accrue, with each level also unlocking equipment slots. These slots are going to allow you to reduce injuries, reduce wear and tear, increase season health, and extend the life of your facilities. That's right. Facilities degrade over time. So not just important that you increase your facilities if you want to ensure your players are performing at the best, but you're also going to want to make sure that you budget enough to maintain those facilities or risk potentially losing players to injury or on the recruiting trail as your facility grade drops. The final place where you're going to spend your budget is around NIL for recruits, players already on your team, and in the transfer portal. You're going to be able to use NIL to help bring in high school recruits, but not all recruits will require NIL. These are going to be dependent on your school's prestige, proximity to the recruit, and also the school grades. All of these will determine the desired NIL of the player at your school. Important, NIL is not an instant win mechanic on the recruiting trail. It's a scholarship bonus that can be increased or decreased depending on how you're trending with that recruit. It's still important that you hit on your recruit's perfect pitch, visits, deal breakers, if you want to lock that player into a committed state. You can also adjust your offers as recruiting boards begin to take shape, but be careful. You may upset your recruit and cause them to flip on you. Even more important than ever, because we have a brand new recruiting mechanic in college football 27. Verbal commits. Big time. We're excited about this one. Verbal commits are going to add a risk-reward mechanic to recruiting and also change how you allocate your NIL bonuses. Don't think that once you've got a verbal, you can reallocate NIL or stop recruiting, because that player could potentially decommit, flip on you, go somewhere else. NIL also needs to be managed at the end of the season on your current roster. Players' NIL asks will fluctuate based on star ratings, overall performance, if they won awards. You need to ensure you're correctly budgeting for NIL roster fluctuations, and that can be the difference between retaining players in the offseason or potentially losing emerging stars based on their dynamic deal breakers. Building your program and budgeting your dynasty points wisely all culminates in the new coaching carousel for college football 27. We're very excited about this one. New this year, you're going to be able to express interest in schools even if they're not on the top candidates list. No more 6 schools only. You can throw your hat into the ring. But be careful. Expressing interest in too many schools is going to impact your coach stability grade if you stay at your current school. And as mentioned earlier, you now have the ability to make offers to coaches across the country at various different coach levels, not just a preset of interested coaches. And dynasty points can be used to sweeten that pot and increase that interest, making up to 6 offers per coordinator, allowing you to lock in that program-changing hire. So we are excited, and incredibly excited actually, to see all of the battles that break out in online dynasties. who's going to be battling for those coordinators, and just super pumped about that whole situation. But that is not all. Outside of Dynasty Blueprint, we have added much more to Dynasty. We have added wear and tear management. Super exciting here. We have added, based on community feedback, expanded league history. You can go back to the 1800s now and take a look at league history. Expanded team historical stats. Coach mode is now in Dynasty mode. It's exciting. User selectable crowd themes before you go into your Dynasty games. Very exciting.
Now I'm intrigued.
And Stadium Builder inside of Team Builder.
Now I'm even more intrigued.
And one quick note on this as well, you will be able to edit your teams in Team Builder at the start of every single Dynasty year. So no more one and dones. This was an absolutely huge year for Dynasty. And our team in Orlando cannot be more excited to give you the program management sandbox to see all the different ways you're going to build your programs on the quest for a national championship.
Dynasty is one of those modes where everybody has a story. Maybe you're taking over a powerhouse. Maybe you're building up a small school. Maybe you're chasing that perfect recruiting class. And this year, it looks like there are even more layers to what it means to actually run a program. So let's bring in someone who lives and breathes this mode. Bordeaux joining us at the desk to break down what stood out. First of all, are you happy you're not playing a cover athlete?
I am so thankful.
I figured.
If I still lose to the computer, it is what it is.
Well,
but
let me ask you, have you picked out the school you're going with next year? Can you give us a little
I have
spoiler?
no idea.
Yeah, okay,
I haven't
no
even
spoilers.
started counting down yet.
No
so
spoilers.
We got a long way to go.
As somebody who lives and breathes this mode, what are you
sir.
most excited about from what you saw in that presentation?
Definitely just having to manage the budget and be able to really struggle with the small school. I want to struggle, and the difference maker between like Kent State versus Ohio State got like a 25x different in budget. It's going to be very hard. Might take 20 years. I don't know yet, but scary.
And by the way, as a content guy, once that 5-star recruit decommits, you're going to have a video. You're going to have to do a press conference for that one.
I might have to just lose my mind. And also, when they come back and they're asking for twice as much money, that is also really frustrating.
Hey, I can't wait to see. I know we're going to get the tweets coming out about what team you're choosing, so I can't wait to see who you choose. I appreciate you hanging out with us. So let's shift from building a program to building a player. This is Road to Glory.
Oh my goodness, I'm ready for this one. They fixed the coaching carousel, and they did add the hire and fire capability in the AD mode. So those are check marks on my list, and I'm good to know. It seems like they're not just dressing it up.
Road to Glory has always been a mode that's been rooted in meaningful decisions and managing your potential. Every player enters a Road to Glory with talent and opportunity, but talent alone does not define a career. This year, Road to Glory is all about how you can maximize that talent and your journey through high school to the Hall of Fame. And it begins with an all-new way of building your player. We're excited to announce that 3 new positions will be coming to Road to Glory this year. Edge rusher, tight end, and free safety.
Let's go. That's another check mark off.
Also new this year, right, is how you're going to build your player. You've got a decision point to make. Do you try to become a one of one, or do you use a legend template?
101.
If you choose to go the one-on-one route, you're going to be tasked with allocating your skill points to create your rating caps. Once you get to college, you will be able to upgrade individual attributes.
That's tough.
There will also be opportunities to earn cap breakers that you can truly make you one of one and one of the best players in college football of all time. You can also choose a legend template. This is going to allow you to set a base archetype based on college football greats. Cap breakers are also in play here, so if you're looking to take a Legends ratings to the next level, you can. So we talked about rooting the mode in meaningful decisions. So new this year, we're going to be tracking those decisions throughout your career through what we're calling Legacy Score. Legacy Score is a collection of meaningful moments in your career, and it starts with your star rating in high school.
Okay.
And it's going to ladder all the way through another new addition, which is your NFL draft score. Every game you play, every play you make, every award you win adds up on your legacy score, and it's going to move you up the draft boards. The journey still begins in high school this year. Players loved high school. They said it was fast, fun. We heard the feedback, but we also heard the feedback that you did not feel you were being rewarded enough for base mechanics and objectives. We've rooted those objectives in situations and teaching the mechanics of the positions, while also adding hundreds of new team impacts to make you feel way more rewarded on positive plays. Also new to College Football 27 is the ability to import team builder teams into high school for all of your opponents and for your college teams.
Okay.
In college, practice has been completely reworked. We have over 100 new football fundamentals and drills available to teach the game, earn your player XP, and reward your stick skills. Off the field, a new fitness meter has been added, impacting your players' XP, multipliers, weight, ratings increases and decreases. You're going to have to balance that fitness because off the field, we have over 100 new scenarios. Audrey may be coming back. Spoiler alert.
High school.
Many are going to throw curveballs that your players are going to have to manage on their quest for the Heisman, the national championship, or the #1 overall pick in the upcoming draft. But you cannot forget about the classroom. New to College Football 27 are tests and quizzes, actual tests and quizzes. So depending on how prepared you are, your academic meter is going to impact how hard the test is going to be. So feel free to spend time on the practice field and wing your test, but if you have a big geology test coming up, you may need to spend some time hitting the books to ensure you're academically eligible. These are actually very hard and very fun.
My life is already hard, bro.
Also completely overhauled.
It's trying to stress me
We
out.
have brand new coach interactions. We have deeper context around schools providing you offers, or your coach may potentially ask you to leave the school. It could happen as well. And if you manage your time and energy successfully on and off the field, you may just have the chance to be invited to New York for the penultimate award in college football, the Heisman Trophy celebration.
Why is it only one person
Road
clapping?
to Glory in College Football 27 is the culmination of a 3-year vision where we wanted to give users the ability to craft their own legacy through meaningful decisions. We cannot wait to see the archetypes created by the community and watch the content created by you, the fans. But the journey doesn't stop in college. There's much more waiting for you and your player when they make it to the NFL.
Okay.
Dynasty is about building the program. Road to Glory is about building you. This is where the college football journey gets personal. From who you are as a player, to the position you play, to the identity you create on and off the field. And we've got the perfect group here to talk about that because they're living the real version of this journey right now. Here now with college cover stars Dante Moore, Malachi Tony, and Kewan Lacey.
Malachi.
Gentlemen, appreciate you guys coming up and chatting with us. What an exciting time for you guys to be on the cover of College
It's our dude Malachi.
Dante, I want to ask you, as somebody who, we've got these legacy scores, we've got these legend builds. You can build your player based on somebody. Was there somebody that you, when you were growing up, you were modeling your game after?
Yeah, that's why I wear number 5. I kind of wanted to be like Braxton Miller growing up in Ohio State. Kind of wanted to model my game.
Ohio State University.
Braxton
I want to make sure
Miller
they heard
was
that.
cold.
Braxton. All right, carry on.
But
That
yeah,
spin
I feel like
move
just
on the
Braxton, just
sideline
the way he played the game,
at
the way he was
Virginia Tech.
competitive, the way he moved the ball down the field. I feel like I was going to model my game after him.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, Malachi, those big moments, they play so well in the game. Do you feel like those big moments are something that adds to your legacy as a player when you're able to make a moment that makes it on SportsCenter Top 10?
Yeah, I feel like big moments shape you as a player because pressure is a privilege. And some players rise up to the occasion and some don't. But one moment or play don't define you as a player.
All right, Kewan, I got to ask you the hard question. You can pick a lot of, we got new players, new positions you can choose in Road to Glory this year. If you weren't a running back, what position are you playing?
I'd probably play like nickel, safety, something like that.
You'd be looking at center field out there. You'd be ready to lay some lumber out there.
Nah,
Our cover athletes up here, gentlemen, congratulations on making the cover and good luck this year. That's exactly what we're
I honestly feel like Road to Glory so far has been the best reveal. I like Road to Glory a lot. If we're getting full high school, sheesh. Now we got to see what happens next.
Next level, this is Superstar.
My name is Clint Oldenburg. I'm a production director for Madden NFL. It is great to be here in Chicago, home of the Bears. We get to talk some football tonight. What could be better than that? But before I dive into Superstar, I do want to give a shout out to the development teams from Tiburon. Around the world watching tonight, they are still putting the finishing touches on these games. They're working from Victoria, Austin, Madrid, and Orlando. Please join me in giving the team a round of applause. All right, let's dive into Superstar, okay. Like Christian said, you're coming in to the NFL from college. You've made it to the league. What you build in college acts as the foundation for the next level. And at Superstar, that starts with your skill set and your draft grade. But any NFL player will tell you, getting drafted is just the beginning. It's not about just getting here. It's about what you do once you arrive. In addition to our existing 5 positions, Superstar has more ways to play this year. Just like in Road to Glory, you can continue your path across 3 new positions, including tight end, free safety, and edge rusher. So now you're here. In Superstar, the journey is just as important as the destination. And this journey is about becoming the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Every decision and every performance will shape your legacy, testing whether you have what it takes to get to Canton. For us this year, everything starts with progression. How your career develops is based on the decisions you make both on and off the field. We've brought more depth and authenticity while giving you more control over how you build your player. And the better you play, the more you'll earn influence within your league. To deepen progression, we've added new skill trees. You'll customize your development across your core skills, physicals, mentals, and abilities. And as Christian said on college, eventually cap breakers, becoming the exact player that you want to be. But those skills and abilities only matter if they have a meaningful impact on the field. So this year we've added another way to upgrade with specialties. As you level up, you'll start to unlock new in-game mechanics. These are specific to the gameplay inside a Superstar. One example shown here is for quarterbacks called Pressure Radar. When unlocked, it gives you a visual cue that shows you that pressure is near and where it's coming from. A sixth sense that separates the elite quarterbacks from everybody else. These are emergent mechanics unlocking more power the deeper you play, and they make your career more rewarding. Along the way, you'll hit several career-defining moments called boss battles. A new addition to Game Day Beats, these are spotlight matchups against the most elite players in the league, where the pressure is high, but the reward's just as great, and victory will have a major impact on your legacy.
It reminds me of 2K13.
These moments aren't scripted. It's all about how you perform on the sticks.
You got a big matchup coming up this week. You got AI coming to town.
Both on and off the field, your career is shaped by the relationships you build. The improved sphere of influence tracks your relationships within your league, from coaches and teammates to local beat writers and even NFL legends. These relationships can unlock performance boosts, new gear, more play calling control, and for the media, have a real impact on if and when you get voted into the Hall of Fame. And that's not all. You can also unlock Superstar powers, where you gain career-changing perks that influence how your team is built around you, from signing free agents to demanding a trade. Relationships matter, and managing them brings unprecedented control over your career and the league at large. With so many ways to develop your Superstar, how do you keep focused on game day? To stay on track, you'll have the Superstar HUD, a one-stop shop where you can easily see your progress against weekly objectives, milestones, and wear and tear management, along with improved player grading. The HUD keeps you connected to your goals and makes sure that everything important is visible. As you experience the ups and downs of pro football, you'll find out that the league always keeps receipts. We're introducing a new system called the GOAT Tracker, which measures progress on your path to greatness over the course of your entire career. It tracks your skills, legacy, and popularity. It shows you exactly how you measure up to the best to ever do it at your position, the true GOATs of the NFL. But your status is dynamic. It can fall just as fast as it rises. So stay focused. You're not just trying to fill the stat sheet. You're chasing NFL immortality. So to close, relationships matter. Every decision shapes your career. Every performance shapes your legacy. The question is, do you have what it takes to earn your gold jacket?
That was kind of tough. That was kind of tough. So, for the Madden guys out there, Madden guys and gals out there, if y'all played Superstar more before, based on what you just saw, like what's some of the differences or things that you saw that stuck out to you? I'm a Road to Glory guy. Oh, that's Ocho Cinco.
To be a part of all of this.
Dude, of course.
You know why?
Why?
Because I'm the greatest Madden player of all time.
He said it. He said it. You
RTG
out in the
look
online streets,
crazy.
you can challenge him. Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
We got
RTG
these new
look
boss
like
battles in
the best that I've seen so
Superstar
far.
mode. Who was a corner that maybe brought the best out of you? Who made you rethink how you played the game?
You know what? Matter of fact, not only made me rethink how I played the game, he made me want to retire. And that's WRLD. Obviously, one of the few battles that I've had that I lost, and I had 2 times, and I lost both times. So, Revis, if you happen to see this, I want my rematch.
He wants his right here. Right here.
At some park, any park. I just want to put my cleats on and try again.
We've got this new GOAT tracker in the Superstar mode,
Mm-hmm.
and we talk about the GOATs of the game, guys like the Tom Brady's of the world. What separates the GOATs from the really goods?
You know, the funny thing about it is the NFL is the 1%ers. Everybody's fast. You know, everybody's quick. Everybody can run. Everybody can catch. Everybody can throw. But what separates Tom Brady and the Peyton Mannings from the rest is upstairs.
All the mentals.
It's all mental. The game is 90% physical, and that 10% is what separates everybody else.
Last question. Do you want the smoke in Madden NFL 27 and College Football 27? You ready?
Who wants to lose?
I love that. I love that. We've seen what it takes to build a player, but at the NFL level, it's all about something bigger. Running a team and ultimately the entire league.
Franchise.
This is my mode. This is franchise.
Well, Madden guys, they're giving you all the love right now. Hey, somebody wake me up when we got more College Football 27 content. I'm just saying. Is that RG3? I like his breakdown style.
All right, let's talk about the most played mode in Madden, franchise. So we're going to set the stage first. We're going to put you on the hot seat. Day 1, running the Chicago Bears, just like our friend Vince here that you saw earlier. You've locked up your franchise quarterback. Now everything else is on you. Building your roster, that's easy. Managing people, that's hard. What decisions will you make? The first thing you immediately realize, when you make those decisions, you must be ready to handle the impact. This year in franchise, you're not managing a spreadsheet. You're managing people. Franchise is now built on the all-new Persona engine. This is the second year in a multi-year mission to fundamentally change how franchise plays. It gives every player motivations, emotions, and behaviors that evolve dynamically over time. Just like real humans, these players think for themselves. Powered by Persona DNA, which are new traits that impact the culture of your team, from players' attitudes to contract negotiations to roster demands. And every reaction is based on your performance and the choices you make each week. So now you're gearing up for week 1 versus the Panthers. Kickoff is finally here. But don't get comfortable. NFL 365 does not wait for you. All the events coming from the Persona engine are delivered through the new weekly hub and emergent actions, where you can see your franchise reacting in real time through an experience built to feel like modern sports media.
Whoa,
Fast,
that's kind of tough.
reactive, and always moving. This is the front door to your
That's tough
franchise.
right there.
Storylines, personnel, and breaking news are emerging based on the choices you and the other teams are making each week for both human and AI-controlled teams. There's no scripts here. No 2 leagues play out the same. So you start the year hot, and Caleb's playing at an MVP level. How quickly expectations can change. The question becomes, do you have what it takes to win a Super Bowl now? Do you stay patient and trust the roster you have? Or do you go all in? You hear an emergent rumor that there's a generational talent on the trade block, a player that can turn a contender into the favorite overnight. Rams fans, stop me if you've heard this one recently. You decide to go all in. You trade multiple first-round picks for all-world pass rusher Max Crosby. That one decision doesn't just change your roster. It changes the entire league. Your locker room reacts. Your former starting edge is probably unhappy. Your salary cap tightens for the future. And the league responds. You now have that target on your back. What moves will happen as a result? Your decision-making and people management go beyond making big trades. One of the most fun new mini-games within the Persona engine is our all-new interactive negotiation mechanic. To negotiate like a pro, you must know the player you're working with and balance his needs with what's best for the team. Players can push back, hold out, demand more, or totally buy in, based on their unique mixture of Persona DNA. Let's walk through one of these negotiations. I got to go off script for this one, okay? So Joe Thuney, you're all-pro left guard. Kurt, where you at? How important is a good left guard? Very important, yes. I also chose a left guard. I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but I used to be a lineman. So Thuney, great player, all-pro. He's got a year or two left on his contract, and he's coming to the table. He wants to extend his contract one more year, probably his last opportunity to get a payday. So this is the negotiation screen. This is where you're going to land. If you direct your eyes up to the top, you can see those are the deal breakers that match his Persona DNA. He's coming to you. He wants a little bit more contract value up front. So we're going to give him that first 5% increase on his bonus. Here's where you see the negotiations. This is you as the coach talking to your player. This is the conversations that are happening in this minigame. And this is the really important part. You've got to balance, this is a time-based minigame. You've got to balance how quickly his patience runs out versus how interested he is in the contract offer that you're giving him. And these are the decision options. These are the ways you as the coach or the GM are going to push the conversation forward. And these are going to be dynamic every round of the negotiation based on what he's asking for and what's best for the team. If you take your eyes up to the upper right corner again, this is the Persona DNA that I talked about. If you look at the top one, the mindset, that's the dynamic one. Right now, he wants a contract extension. That's what it's telling you. And then you've got to look at his Persona DNA to figure out what's important to him as a player to match the deal breakers. So I'm going to preview.
Learn it
I'm
from
not going to lock in.
CFB
I'm gonna
27.
preview. What if I
boys?
hold firm? What if I don't give Thuney his deal? We believe that number works for both sides. It respects you and keeps us where we need to be as a team. Like Kurt said, like I said, linemen are people. Linemen are important. We're not going to do that. We're going to give him that 15% bonus because I want this guy on my team to go win a Super Bowl with the Chicago Bears. We're going to give him more guaranteed money to extend his contract. He's in, he's bought in, signs the contract, and if you notice, his mindset has changed. He's now comfortable with the situation. So that's an example of a negotiation. There's many of these that you'll come across within your league.
Great example.
And to make negotiations feel even more real, we've added tools fans have demanded. Holdouts, incentives, no trade clauses, trade demands. Come on, Mills. Come on, Mills. Tools that allow you ultimate agency in your decision-making. And one additional detail. You can delegate any emergent action or negotiation to your staff at any time, but know that every decision you make will have consequences. And speaking of staff, we've also begun adding real-life coordinators into franchise. You'll see them come up on the sideline and the booth, along with more depth to our coach DNA systems. So your staff will play just as big a role in your success as your players, and add more longevity and authenticity to your league. Real-life coordinators only scratches the surface of how we're delivering for our community's wish list. I got to take a deep breath for this next slide.
What you about to tell us, bro?
In addition to the negotiation tools I've already mentioned, the Persona engine brings so much more. Holdouts, restricted free agents, free agent frenzy, franchise tags, transition tags, all of them. Undrafted free agent negotiations, super sim playbooks, plus coach mode, more segments and weekly recap and halftime show. and an all-new exclusive archetype for players who continue their career from College Dynasty to Madden franchise.
Thank you.
So, built on the back of our innovative new Persona engine, franchise is now a living, breathing ecosystem. Every decision you make can create a ripple effect of dynamic reactions, from building your roster, to managing your players, to hoisting the Lombardi Trophy. It's your league, except now the league plays back.
Now let's bring in the guy you...
So that was a great presentation. I'm waiting for the next College Football 27 lens. I'm college football media, so everything I'm looking at tonight is through that lens of college football. But it seems like they took elements of college football in the past and said, hey, we can bring more negotiating into franchise. For those that play franchises out there, what are you thinking right now about the game? Also, please let me know your comments and your thoughts all together. The Madden opportunity, I might have to get Madden now because you can move your player from college football to Madden, but you could maintain his draft stock and his progress. I wish that they talk more about that, but I'm gonna try to see if I can find the notes and see what the deep dive is.
Say this though, as a guy who lives in Detroit, you're causing a lot of pain for Lions fans out there. So you're gonna chill out a little bit, or?
No, that's not
okay. All right, I'm sorry, guys. I tried. Caleb, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Congratulations on the cover, my friend.
Thank you.
Let's bring back our very own Sean Grady to talk about a brand new membership program.
This is what I wanted to know about.
All right, everybody, we are in the home stretch. Thank you so much for sticking around with us tonight. I do have one more thing for you, and that is today we are introducing a new way to access the full football experience. We know many of you play our games almost every day and buy our game every year. And until now, we haven't had a consistent way to recognize you as our most valued players. So this season, we're introducing a new EA Sports MVP Plus membership. This is a new membership program that gives our most dedicated players more value, more access, and more football for the same price as the MVP bundle. Now, here are just a few highlights. Members will be the first to play earlier than ever before with 7 days early access. Members will receive guaranteed access to our beta programs. And by the way, that starts tonight for college football after the show, moments away. And members will receive exclusive progression content in some of your favorite modes, like franchise, like Dynasty, in Madden and college football. And members will also receive exclusive launch content and content throughout each month in Ultimate Team to help you build and progress and compete with your fantasy team. All together, this is the most value we've ever offered at launch. And importantly, we're going to continue adding value to the MVP Plus membership over time, so our most loyal fans feel rewarded and recognized playing college football and Madden NFL year after year. You can sign up for EA Sports MVP membership starting right now, as I said. And again, thank you all for joining us here tonight. We do have our creators starting right after this, so don't go anywhere. I hope you had a great night. This was our opening drive. Thank you to everybody that joined us. Have a great night. Thank you.
What?
Tonight, you've seen what football looks like when everything is connected. From building a...
Hold on. Wait. He said we wanted to reward the people that are here playing the game. And I'm thinking that he's about to tell me something that's rewarding the people that bought the last Maddens all the way back to the earliest version. They've been dedicated, spending their money. Nah, he said, oh, yeah, we know you've been buying, but it ain't really nothing for you. We're going to give you a lot of content, but... yeah, go ahead and get this membership plus bundle, though. Bro, am I the only one that's like Hawaii Dynasty? Oh, yes. Yes. So they gave us a little bit of team builder within Dynasty. I got questions that need answering. They about to get into the creative lab. They got Bordeaux, I think, playing against Kurt Benkert. But listen, man, I got some questions. I still have questions. They didn't talk about. Do we get 32 import slots for Team Builder? Yes or no? Like, that's what I don't know. Ultimate Team. They didn't even really talk about Ultimate Team at all. I mean, I know there's a community that exists out there for College Football 27 Ultimate Team online play. I need more offline stuff. I grew up in the College Football revamp community, so I care about them and the changes that they made for offline more than they care about everything else. Online, I've been growing into it more and more. Work with me. Have some patience. But the offline versions of it, I want to know, can you export your College Football 27 Dynasty draft class into Madden 27, and it's going to be in the correct year that I finished? If I export my player from College Football 27 and he goes into Madden, is it going to be coming in like in the right year? I want to know. Those are questions that I have. We got, I think the biggest news of the night, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but we getting College Football Mobile. College Football Mobile. Yeah, it is greedy. A bunch of fluff, says Ralph. Shout out to you, Ralph. Appreciate you being here. Cam's playing.
Obviously,
Man,
from a quarterback's perspective, but he's got a little defense too. He knows the adjustments.
That was
what
an
up,
hour.
Cam? We see him over there.
An hour.
He's happy to be here.
15
He's always
minutes.
a good time and a lot of good energy.
You know what's fun? I don't think anybody's not happy.
And I
to be here.
didn't get
everybody's having a
hyped
great
really
time.
This is
until
cool, man.
Road
Like,
to
what a
Glory.
cool venue. A lot of cool different activations here, different videos, and I think when you get a bunch of different creative people in the same
We gotta
room,
go
you
down our
never know
running
what's gonna
checklist.
happen, and we had some one-on-ones and mascots strapping people up. I mean, it was crazy earlier.
Do you think any?
So coming into the night, I had a checklist for all the community notes that I've been seeing that's been the most requested things in the game as far as accessories. We still got to wait on this deep dive for them to tell us what we're getting as far as the accessories. I don't want to just take my accessory community out there and just push them all to the side, because I know we care. I care about the helmet tilt. It should have been in the game. I care about hanging mouthpieces, but not just hanging mouthpieces. I need them to, like, the system, the physics with it. I think those two are confirmed. The long arm sleeves, the leg sleeve is in the game. The pad level adjustment, we did see that, so that's a check mark off the list. The body type variation, I still got to see more, but they didn't really give us a lot of, besides the main trailer, they didn't give us a lot of that. The tats, custom visors, those are my checklist for everything with the community. For the most of it, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're like a good 5 out of 9 right now. That's just being honest, keeping it a buck. But if the helmet tilt is not in the game and this is just the deep dive, then my question coming into tonight was, how can the most requested community feature for equipment for the last 2 consecutive years not be in here, and what is EA's actual price for it? Like, what are they actually going into with their process as far as community feedback? If y'all cared about community feedback, in my opinion, then we would have been leading off with Dynasty straight up. Road to Glory. Push that to the front of the episode. That's what we really want to see. For the Madden lovers that's out there, franchise did look pretty cool. It seems like they actually care when it comes to Superstar mode. So it doesn't look like Road to Glory. Road to Glory came out at the end of the night. College Football Mobile is up here on the top of the list for me. That's like the number one thing. If you don't hear nothing that I say, College Football Mobile, that flood in the streets this summer, oh man. Who trying to start a community dynasty? I need to know. Like, I wanted them to go into more depth about that type of stuff, but I can agree 100% about the fluff. I'm not going to even hold you. But the thing that I like, game trailer, we got more audio. Hold on. Let me go back for you.
How about Malachi,
so you
Tony?
can swag out however you want.
Ocho was playing
Take the
Tony right
headset
now.
off. Malachi, guy's yapping at him. He's letting him know, hey,
That's
you know,
incredible.
I took it, taking it out on. Ocho's now like it was the headset that didn't let me stop
Ocho's
that.
looking for an excuse.
He's looking to see if the buttons were on the actual headset.
Dynamic weather got checked off the list.
But you add in not just the new adjustments teaching that, but you talk about the franchise stuff, adding contract things like RFAs. How good is this game at teaching somebody the ins and outs of both college and the NFL?
You know, it's really cool because my transition out of the NFL came from trying to teach the game through Madden.
This is exactly how I feel,
live on, and I was just
100%.
answering questions in chat, and it was like, man, like people really want the next level of football. And to have all the tools built in the game right now to be able to go at like deep depth. I have probably 3 years worth of content from this game alone where in past years it felt like by the end of that Madden cycle, I was running out of ideas.
I've taught them the game, yeah.
Exactly, but now, man, we're going to have this thing stretched out for the entire year, and it's going to be a building block, but you look at how you adjust the bunches and how you play stacks, all these like really intricate pieces of the game. The fact that kids at a young age are going to be exposed to this just lets them be, you know, at an earlier age exposed to really complex things. I think it's going to help them be whoever they can be in the sport, whether it be a coach, a player, or a fan at a deeper level.
Plus, you guys have done a great job, I feel like, if you don't want to get into the nuts and bolts and really get into that, you just want to play some football, there's a lot that's going to, you can really push to the side and use some of those quick adjustments and not have to get too much in the weeds. You're just looking to boot up and, you know, play your kid in a game of football. You don't need to be out there adjusting them zone drops on your 9-year-old.
That's pretty cool right there.
I'm playing 5-yard hook curls.
Yeah, you couldn't have said it better. I mean, that was the whole thing. And just to...
That's your guy Bengal, by the way, playing. How good is he at the game?
He's not better than Bordeaux.
Okay,
that's what the streets are saying.
Bordeaux not even that cold, though.
We have all new pre-play
That's not me hating. I played in the league
right?
with
So
him.
you're not entering all these different states. And then it was like, you can call it skill gap and all that, like, whatever. It's just like, dude, Kurt doesn't need to go through that. His mentally, I want to be like, hey, man, who's the Andy Reid of Madden in college football? It shouldn't have
gotta
to
go
do
down
this.
my
It's
checklist, bro.
about playmaking. It's about play sequencing. It's about setting things up. And that's, again, where we want to get to, and we're getting closer and closer every single year.
I would love to know what it's like, because I'm never going to experience it, for Dante Moore to load up the game and play as Dante Moore. That's got to be a wild experience.
Dude, it's really incredible, and I think, you know, being here in person, seeing all these events, all the people in the same room, sometimes you have to take a step back and just realize how cool this is, because there was once a day where Dante was 7 years old.
Yeah.
And he was dreaming of this.
He was dreaming of this opportunity.
Exactly. And once you get into the game that you grew up playing, enjoying, and then you get to, you know, go do it as yourself, it's really special. And oh my God!
What?
Oh my God! And breaking hearts.
Oh,
this man looking like Seabiscuit off to the races to the
Which is already, man.
And now he gets to celebrate as his teammate.
Hey, Bordeaux's still better than Bengal, baby. He's still better.
Checking in.
Clip it.
Still. Yep.
Clip it.
Yep. Whoa. Bengals questioning the tackling ability out there.
Palms up. You know, OG, that's one thing.
We're palms down.
We're
always
down.
palms down over here. Yeah.
One thing I will say about this.
Fendler is playing Vic wearing a Vic jersey, by the way. That's some shill move right there.
He's selling right now.
That's crazy. He's got Jameis Winston out there. By the way, why we got Jameis Winston out for the G-Men? Where's Jackson Dart? Can we talk to Fendler about why they're subbing out their man? It's Tyrone Tracy fighting towards the end zone down to the 1-yard line.
My son Junior somewhere just yelling at
I
the
like the
screen.
drone.
That guy is the biggest Jackson Dart fan.
We love Jackson Dart around here.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm a big. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, you think Cam Newton's playing as the Panthers? You think he probably got the Panthers out there? Yeah, okay. All right, keep pounding. Shout out my guy, One Gray User.
Hey, Cam can play. Have you seen Cam stream?
He's good.
He's good.
He's good.
He's a fun watch.
I'm curious, OG, from the EA perspective. This is the earliest we've seen gameplay.
Yes.
Was that a big sticking point for you guys, is getting the people at home to get to see full gameplay this early? Did that feel like a goal for you guys this year?
Absolutely. I mean, the more feedback, the better. That's what I was saying. I'm not sugarcoating anything. I'm not selling. There's this new tech. Dude, we're talking football. That's why I was calling my guy out here. Dude, we're just talking football. And that was it. The more feedback that we can get, the better. This guy will send me a text or whatever and go like, hey, dude, this isn't very good.
Yeah.
You guys need to fix this. And it's real. And it's no different than we were both playing sports. You go in there, it's like, dude, get in here. Let's fix this thing. Go right back after it.
I feel like this is a power play, by the way, from Cam playing
Love.
standing up. That's
It is.
What my guy Ralph say?
He's hype right now. You know, I
My
think
guy
that's
Ralph
one
Love,
thing that I
man.
really
Shout out
appreciate
Ralph
you guys,
Love.
OG. You guys have
My man said
since
it's a
I
bunch of
started working
fluff.
with you guys in a bunch of capacities. you have emphasized what can we do better.
Hey, let's talk
And
about this
every time I've
paywall,
brought
though.
something to the table, you have turned around
talk about
and
this
pushed towards
paywall.
whatever that is. And it's not just me. You guys read the chat, you read the DMs, you read the tweets,
The
all that good
X,
stuff.
yeah.
The X, yep, all of
Oh,
it.
man, just wearing me out.
And
but it's all worth it. It's all fun.
It
The
is.
crowd, they're good people, man. It's just it's passion, right?
It's passion, and everyone loves football, and people really love Madden.
Camp's calling out us. He's kill. He's out here. He's out here doing something.
I think Nick too. There's something else too. Like maybe I'm dating myself, but when you're someone that was, waiting at GameStop and things
In
like
line,
that at
pre-release,
midnight,
yeah.
like it meant something, right? And so you always go back and reflect on those when you're making this game. Those things never leave.
I was talking with Sean Grady about for Malachi and for Dante and for Keywan to be on the cover of college football. After 2014, 2015, you didn't know if you were ever going to have the opportunity to be on a college football game. So to have it taken away, then to have it brought back, and now to be on the cover of it, that's got to be a
This is
wild
27.
thing to look back on.
Oh, I can only imagine.
This is 27.
Oh, Tommy
Right.
Tremble! Look at the wheels,
telling you, Cam
making
can
the
play. He can.
defense tremble to the end zone. Keep pounding.
Yep, I think I'm gonna be keeping
really
my
do
money
like
in my
Caleb's
wallet
cool
right there.
demeanor,
My
man.
God.
He's a silent killer.
Iceman.
Iceman, dude, he's so fun to watch.
All right, so Ocho down 7-0. He's blaming possibly the headset for the reason why he gave up a kickoff return. I'm sure that'll play well
Thank
in
you.
the,
More college
in the
football
film room afterwards.
gameplay.
4th and 11. He's going for it. Ocho does not know
You
there's
see
a
the
punter on his
Pac-12
team. I'll let
logo?
you know that. He does not know that there is any special teams out there. As they're playing Corvallis, Oregon, and are we going to get a... We're going to get a false start. It's going to be 4th and 16 now. Couple too many adjustments at the line.
A little too much.
Hey.
Now you're just hitting your custom adjustment button, and then you're
That's
just
gonna
saying
help.
no deep passes.
I cannot
just
wait
keep
for that.
everything underneath.
I cannot wait for that.
Will the custom adjustments fight through crowd noise?
Great call.
Hey,
Wow,
shout
I
out to
didn't
the
say
squad.
that. That is an
SMU.
absolute great
That's
point.
my dog,
So we're
Mikey
home field
squad.
advantage. It's rocking in Ohio Stadium on a Saturday in November.
They're immune to home field advantage.
Oh, give it to
Absolutely.
me. Because you
That is
prepped for it in the week.
That's
Agreed.
right.
We talked about that.
Yes.
So it's
Yes.
not.
We did talk about
those
that.
adjustments are not a call at the line.
Being a
This
good
is
sport
order
right
play
now.
design of what we're
Yeah,
doing.
yeah.
I'm not
When he
impressed.
comes in, and Kirk can speak from personal experience, he's in a hostile environment. He's going like this. He knows he's going right to a smash concept.
Sure.
He already knows he's going to that macro adjustment. He may have a slide protection. Maybe he's got a half slide off of that, and he can go right ahead. That's a great call. I forgot to mention that.
Ball's out! And he is
he's
styling
swagging. He's swagging out.
profiling
He's swagging
into the
out.
end
Will
zone.
he use one of the new 50 inputs that we have to swag out? That's my question.
So that's a great call out for the chat at home. If you're using those custom adjustment packages, they're immune to the crowd noise. But then if I try to hot route out of that one, change it, that's where the crowd noise is
That's
gonna come into play.
realistic because like when you're going into a game plan in a real game, you have your normal play, like you have your play sheet that's on a wristband, or you have your one-word calls or your 2-minute drill, and then you have for that week your one-word plays. Or your signal plays where you're giving everybody the same thing, you're walking up the line of scrimmage, you're talking in their ear when it's loud, but outside of that, you can't just go off the reservation and make up a bunch of things in a loud environment. So those 10 plays you bring into a game, like I truly believe you're going to have to build out your 10 stack for a variety of things because you don't know what you're going to go into.
We're checking in with Bordeaux against the CPU. We're checking in.
Oh,
This game worked by the CPU.
He's on
Good to see ya.
defense.
Beautiful.
Oh my lord, we've got some royalty up here on stage.
We got a. Does this thing work?
Yeah, grab it.
We got a
Lock in.
headset. We got a headset.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be here. I love EA, I love Ben, and I love Kurt Binkert. I love him so
Chat,
much.
can you tell who it is? I don't know if you can tell at home.
MMG, I know that voice from a mile away, an hour away, or a century away. That voice is iconic, and I miss and love you, brother.
Hey, Sketch, what about the...
So I'm gonna keep it a beam with y'all. I might not be buying Madden, bro. And I'm kind of questioning it when it comes to college football 27 because this paywall conversation is something that we really got to have, man. I had some key specific questions coming into the night. I had a checklist. Like, I had an equipment checklist, things that I wanted to see in the game. Hanging mouthpieces, helmet tilt, long arm sleeves, crop top, cut jerseys, pad level. I saw the pad level, got that. Body type variation, yeah. Tattoos. But when you start the night off in a gameplay deep dive trailer and the first thing you're telling me is catching base timing, you could catch now based on timing. That's, to me, what are we doing? Like, The community has been complaining about equipment for the longest amount of time, 2 years plus. And even if you talk about the hiatus with the revamp team for a while, but don't worry, we got a solution. Wait till the college football revamp team gets handhold of college football 27 on PC. All our problems are going to be saved. We're not going to have to worry about nothing, boys. We're going to be good. Promise. Promise. But this equipment answer, it was kind of like we still got to wait to see. The gameplay, what Ralph said, I'm going to bring up what Ralph said. He said, is this 26 or 27? He said, it looks the same and it moves the same. Like, the community wanted custom playbooks, play designer on an actual game. I think we got stadiums. We can build stadiums now in Dynasty with Team Builder. We can also, I don't know about the 32 import slots yet, but that's still on the list. Ultimate Team didn't really get addressed in the trailer. For those that care about Ultimate Team, I wish that they spent more time on the sights and sounds in a game trailer instead of just playing it one time and moving on. But again, I'm just keeping it real with you based on what my checklist was. I feel like the gameplay trailer, that was fire. The Madden Vince Vaughn trailer that they dropped with the franchise, that was a highlight of the night. If you tune out for the rest of the night and you go enjoy whatever it is that you get into, know that College Football 27 is going to be on mobile. So we are running it up at the App Store. I'm probably going to get it on mobile, PC, but I'm probably stay away from the actual PS5, all that noise. But I still have some questions, like dynamic weather is in the game. That was in the trailer, so that's a plus. That's a check off the list. Stadium atmosphere. They added the stadium atmosphere in Madden. They gave the Kansas City Chiefs example. KT talked about earlier that the Chiefs going to be OP in Madden. When I look at it through the lens of a college football fan or a college football media, somebody that covers college football, like that CFB to Madden pipeline might be very interesting for those that want to play Road to Glory. But my favorite game mode that I saw tonight was Road to Glory by far. If you can do high school all the way through, play all the games, then it adjusts and you start getting tracked based on your star caliber rating from the very beginning of your career, and then it constantly dynamically shifts all the way up until the moment you go to the NFL draft and declare. Like, we should be able to go to the Senior Bowl. If you're a senior, make it to your senior year, you should be able to go to the Senior Bowl, the All-Star events. Like, I want to see that. They said that they have so many different cutscenes. Dynasty mode. I think the Dynasty mode presentation was pretty fire, but it didn't like blow me away. But it was interesting just to see like what the blueprint looks like. They named it the Blueprint Dynasty. But my main question coming into the night with the Dynasty mode was, all right, Dynasty points tied to recruiting, NIL, staff, facilities, is this all together? They answered that question, so that's yes. The CPU has the same thing. They told us that we're going to be able to hire any staff that we want to across the nation. It is regardless of who we want, so it's no limits or anything like that. Then on top of that, Cam is playing Caleb Williams right now for all the people that's tuning in. I'm just talking over their audio because I don't want to hear Cam screaming in my ear all day, But yeah, how you build a program. I wanted to know, is this just fluff, another way of marketing and changing the way you putting something out, or is how you actually build a program matters? That's what I wanted to know, because if the CPU AI underneath is still broken and them zones still broken, boy, I'm not buying you. If we still under recruiting 4 stars and 5 stars, if we're still starting the wrong personnel, if we're still over recruiting the same position, and there's no adjustment in the how the dynamic blueprint dynasty works, then I think that it's just a new coat of paint on that same house with a bad foundation. Straight up. But we didn't really get much news about the broadcast. You remember how we got the broadcast? package. Apparently, not a lot of people know about Kirk Herbstreit not being in the game, but he's not going to be in the game. So to me, that's a big gut punch. They added more immersiveness with the legacy score. I think that concept is pretty dope. And they added the AD mode. The AD mode was also good. But if I had to give what my solutions, it seems like they are listening to what we're saying with the coaching carousel. With every move that you make is consequential and it helps. You can delegate to your staff. I think that's dope. Dynasty mode is probably behind Road to Glory for me. I think the biggest win that's probably underrated is the athlete changes and the position changes that we can get. Edge, tight end, safety is now in the game. Athlete still in question. But if I can build a Bob Sanders type safety or a pass rusher, shoot, next year, can we do kickers? Can we do offensive linemen? Can we keep expanding the Road to Glory? But RTG was at the top. They answered all my questions. One of my main questions was, if I can play now at safety and RTG, does the game actually model the safety position correctly? Like, am I reading coverages? Am I reading leverage? Am I coming down and fitting in the run game? Rotating to a deep third when I need to? Am I making checks, or is it just, a linebacker with a different number or a different depth? I still want to know more about the RTG player export to Madden and the correct timeline on the year. Full high school games looks good. But I want to see them progress. Like, what if we could face scan like 2K for RTG? That would be cool. Could that be in the game one day? I'm looking at that. But I feel like Road to Glory, EA is getting really, really, really close with Road to Glory. And I'm most excited about that. The bones are there. The hanging mouthpiece leaks, that's confirmed. Somebody tweeted and said, I can't wait to drop $80 to get a dangling mouth guard. Pause. I mean, it is what it is, man.
So now,
changes it. Looks like
I don't know if I'm going to be spending my money.
And he goes and hands the ball out. How did Cam go into the run game here? Under 50 seconds to go.
Oh, okay.
So Sketch definitely came out in the middle of his game to talk to us, and I love that dedication for him.
Sketch is awesome. There's no other way to explain it. He's great. Energy's always there.
By the way, I know.
It's great having him out in these events.
It might have been, you might have seen it on the camera, but having all the mascots out here really brought that pageantry of college football to the building.
Absolutely, man. Did you see McLeod?
Yeah.
Oh, McLeod was
Sparty was here.
Loving it, man. I love that, because there was one where, Sparty showed up. He goes, man, let's just take another one. Let's take another
I hear
picture.
there's a rumor going around that McLeod kisses a picture of Sparty before he goes to sleep every night.
McLeod loves Sparty, man.
I know he does. Hey, listen, as a Michigan State grad, I get it. I get it.
Yeah. Michigan State, the home of the great Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson. Irvin Magic Johnson.
1979.
Unbelievable.
That's right.
Taking on those Indiana State Sycamores.
Larry Legend.
We talked
Good
about
time.
this.
That's right, man.
Tom
We're talking
Izzo's
sports
still
out here, baby.
Come on, we got all the sports going on.
Talked
We
about
got all the
this.
sports. Sketch. Look at Sketch in the face of Nick right now. This is crazy. It's up and away. I want to go through
Let
the
it go. Let it go.
Are y'all feeling the same way as I am about the gameplay?
That's a little element of realism. that I think people
It's still looking
I
similar,
love it, man.
if not the
This has
same
been such a fun
as
year
26.
to work. Obviously,
Let me
we got
know your
an
thoughts.
outstanding team, guys who enjoy it, got the right guys on the bus. I don't know, that stuff. And then I say that
let's
because,
go.
just like you said, all the details that matter, coordinators, other assistants, what kind of poses do we have for the head coaches on the sideline, man? All that stuff is so
It's Kurt
so
Singleton
They're
just
playing in
marches
Hawaii
across at
Bowl.
all times.
Oh, man.
Never smile.
With his signature facial expressions.
I'll tell you
Is
this.
that the best coaching job in sports history?
It's, I mean,
This
turn
isn't
around a
first-
three-win
This
program.
isn't first take, but it might be. Is it
It's-
a debate here?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. I mean, let's be clear. This is coming from an Ohio State guy who went to Michigan State. I have to give flowers to an Indiana guy. That's crazy. He did an unbelievable job.
Yeah, I mean, just where they were 4
Who
years ago.
would have thought 4 years ago Kurt Singleton would be on the cover of College Football 27? What were the odds on that going to be? Astronomical.
Yeah.
You're not even getting odds on that one. And then he turns him around, gets him a national title.
Yeah.
And plus, by the way, don't count out the fact, I know my franchise heads out there, going to get to play Fernando Mendoza in Las Vegas.
Ooh, that's a good.
Build him up.
That's a great one.
You got a good young team
Another
there.
note that I saw here on the Bryce Young drop back is that you are slower after you get out of your initial drop as a quarterback and you keep holding the left stick back. You are slower going back than you are going forward. So we wanted you to step up in the pocket. You're going to be quicker going up like you would in real life, right?
I'm not punting.
So
Thank you, bro.
Little note there.
I appreciate you saying that, man. I might cause controversy, but I just feel like somebody got to say it.
Football player since
If we have to go through a paywall and have to do all of this stuff, bro, I'm not getting the game. I promise you I'm not. I'll probably play it at media days like I did last year, but I'm not. I'll probably play it on mobile. The best, but
listen,
if you got to pay for it on mobile too,
I read the discourse.
gosh.
I heard everybody out there saying, listen, this is either going to be the easiest thing
It's
ever
just conflicting, man. Like, I love college football. I really, really
It's
do.
not easy.
I really do. I really want to give it a chance, and I know the gameplay got trailer and the sights and sounds is probably the apex of what it is. It always says at the very bottom, everything that you see in this engine does not be on the game.
Nothing's going to be given.
But based on what I'm seeing, it's like,
I just love too, and I say it. I say it confidently because our
what's
guys
really
work incredibly
changed?
hard.
And then
But,
that
like,
leads me
these
to
last
what
3
my
years
guy
been
Ralph
on a
said.
run,
Don't give
and we're
EA
gonna
a
continue
dime.
that
The
run. I'm
mod
not gonna
community has to
apologize
fix
for
a
that.
game
You know,
made
guys
by
having
$1
a lot of
billion
fun.
company. That is
And this is
crazy.
becoming
Crazy. And that's what I led the day off of.
And here's the thing. I'm excited for all these guys. Listen, we know that there are a lot of doubters out there. We know there are a lot of people who are watching this going, I don't believe in this. I can't wait for them to get their hands on the game to really get this experience. 'Cause it's one thing to watch these presentations. It's another thing to feel how the game plays.
There were some wins tonight. We got more positions for our
I'd rather
RTG.
just not even say
We
anything.
got college football on mobile.
Feel it.
Go feel it.
We got
Absolutely.
a good bit of our checklist checked off, but the gameplay, it says we are leading with gameplay, and I'm still waiting.
Let's be honest. That's a 4 for 4 Shohei day.
Shohei. The GOAT. The GOAT.
Unbelievable.
The GOAT. Got like a
I wish I could ask questions live,
Unbelievable.
because I'd be like,
dealing for the fans out. Man, this is a sports show.
tell me more about this
Let's get the
PC.
podcast going, all right?
Come on.
Let's get the
Because the
podcast
mods,
going.
CFB revamp team,
Play action pass for Caleb.
it's time to
Back
get to
pass.
work.
Throwing it left side. Hit as he throws incomplete. Cam's got a little defense.
We all in agreement to getting it on PC?
Right now, I think I'm adjusting my TV speed. Probably put it further back.
And mobile?
He's hit a
They
couple
probably not
reds here.
hearing nothing that I'm saying right now. They're like, Moan, I have a PS5, brother.
Because it's on you.
One of the biggest
I am
players
not letting that thing go.
in Madden history.
He
Michael
is the
Vick.
best. He is the best Madden player.
And he's playing against one of the
Guy of
men
all
with
time, right?
the biggest head in content creation, Fendler.
But the thing is, do you think I was wrong when I said he is the most dominant of all time? Right?
Nope. He broke Madden forever.
I want to see somebody play Dynasty mode.
Dart.
Out Junior.
J-Dart, just scramble.
Oh,
I'm
look at
begging you,
Dart.
Fendler. Just
Look at Dart.
scramble.
Oh.
I'm begging you. Just scramble, dude. Pick up the first down. You're embarrassing me. We're going to go to the quad box. I feel real Scott Hansen right now. We're going to the quad box.
Quad box? Hold on.
Top left, Fendler and Vic. Top right, Henry and John Beast. Bottom left, we got Bengal in action. Is Bengal? Oh, Bengal. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Bengal.
Look at the plaster logic. Oh, this is going to be a
That's
pick.
tough.
We got to do a pick for the plaster.
And
There it is.
picked off.
Picks for the plaster.
And the ball's out. That's a fumble. That's a fumble off the pick. It's a fumble off the pick.
Oh
It's a
my
fumble off the
God.
pick.
Chaos is in college.
It's the fumble.
This is the
Don't
chaos
point at
of
the
college
camera.
football. The ups and downs.
And then
You get a pick and you get a fumble.
Step up. Oh my. And my.
Dude, can we just leave? Like, just let Cam do the rest of this? Like, I'm good.
But like,
We still got a whole show.
Yeah, Henry and John. Henry still good at the game. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah.
And look at the Drake May QB sneak.
There you go.
it's 5-3. Not qualified.
We got a 14-0 here, huh?
Sweet. Yeah, never. Because when you call 6-2,
I'm trying to see.
I want to
with
see
the
if he
new
gets in
three-play
right here.
controls, most
And then
of
we
the
going to
changes
pivot.
being defensively, right? Just seeing how guys adjust, you know, because all the
Yeah, it's gonna
different
be fun.
setups and different
It'll be
stuff
fun
like
to
that.
watch.
Yeah.
Speaking of fun, I think we got Kurt Benkert standing by with a man who's putting on some entertainment in Cam Newton. Kurt
Oh, that's the
standing
loading
by.
screen?
Kurt,
That's
what's
pretty
going
tough.
on
I
down
think
there?
We're here, guys. What's up, guys? We're here. We're live. I'm here with Cam and Caleb.
what's that?
Welcome to the show. It's your boy Moon, aka CFB Moon. You can follow me at Twitter at CFB Moon. Make sure you check out thecfbnation.com for all your latest in the college football world. We appreciate you being in the building. Today has been a really fun day. A lot of great things happened today. I'm not about to give it a grade, but I'll say coming into tonight, college football 25, I still think about it because that was a moment. You really built a community on goodwill. And now you have fans questioning, like, dang, I really love college football. It just sucks that I got to be behind a paywall skill tree in order for me to have more dynasty points. I've been hearing that you have to unlock the mascots in mascot mode. We've been waiting for mascot mode for a while now. So you bring it back and we have to unlock all of them pull out the bread. Like, it's a lot of things that people not want to talk about, but I feel like it's worthy of discussion because 2K charges for my team and the community just accepted it. Like, I feel like we as a college football fans that's out there, because I look at this whole night through a college football lens first, we got to fight back against this paywall stuff because we look at the version of college football 25 and you compare it to what we're seeing today, how much is actually different from that mode? If we're charging for Dynasty depth, what is the free version of Dynasty actually worth? Questions that need answering. The move that EA made, and they still can make, to include that core Rainmaker progression in a base game and still put the cosmetic or the accelerator content behind that same subscription. You want to charge me for a mascot mashup? Charge me for early access? Don't charge me for the ability to coach my dynasty the right way that I know that I can. Like, there's a version of this subscription model that works, and I feel like this is not the version that's working. And the fact that it's been kind of quiet on the college football 27 front. Very quiet because we had leaks that came out for sure. But with this community, there's going to be leaks regardless. You have to know that. But it was a quieter year. 2025 year, they couldn't keep anything under wraps. This year they did a better job. But my take, Dynasty Blueprint sounds right. The athletic director expectations, okay, sounds good. Dynasty points, okay. NIL structure, I was intrigued. CLE, I was. The facilities, the legacy score. On paper, like, it looks cool. Maybe a lot of switching and changing of words and here and there, but it looks good. But I want to know, how can I build my program, and is that going to be affected, or I'm not going to be able to have the best experience because I don't buy these dynasty points, especially with the membership. And what Fallen said earlier, we want to reward people who have played for years, showcasing how much that we love our loyal subscribers, our donors that's just donating money at this point to EA. And we've been asking y'all to do, y'all make it seem like we asking y'all to do a lot. And they're like, nah, you gotta wait. And now we come out to today and we gotta pay. I'm not trying to put a new coat of paint on an old house with bad foundation, bro. Straight up. But I feel like somebody got to say it. There's going to be a lot of streamers that's out here tonight that's freaking out and going crazy and everything. But I'm kind of concerned because I still have some questions. Like, hopefully most of them get covered when we get to the launch of the game. And we get more information on the deep dives. I'm happy. I'm not, woe is me. The earth is falling. Because we'll be good. If we got to wait to get it, then we'll be good. We could play college football mobile. But they did give me some things that I felt good about. That more positions in Road to Glory. More of the accessories that we wanted. It's moving in the right direction. But the key thing, the actual game, I care about the actual game. Road to Glory looks like it's going to be the best mode. And to me, EA kept getting close and closer. Now they might have something right here. I'm excited to play Road to Glory the most. For those who's now tuning in, you tune into the World of College Football, my podcast. I am nationally credentialed media covering the college football world. And tonight we had some action that went on beyond just the game. So I'm going to give you a little deep dive into what happened around the actual college football world while I wait on some more key information from this creators, whatever they got going on over there. So let's do it. This is the world of CFB. We already talked about the Heisman celebration being into the game. Also, the stickiness of coverage that's going on with the game. Something that I'm happy about. We also discussed a little bit about how we're going to get more immersion, hopefully, based on these still shots. We talked about mashup for the mascots, that being included into the game for the first time. We also, there's one more. This is probably one of my favorite pictures. There's some small tweaks to it that are like off, like the sticker size for Ohio State, the stripe, like, but we don't have to be granular in detail, scope, right? But these all dropped recently. And if you're a fan out there that don't know anything about what's going on in college football, it's been a release day. EA did it differently than in years past. They dropped everything on us. And on the world of college football, you probably missed what was going on in the nation because it was a lot. Promise you it was a lot. The NCAA is right now going through some controversy because they don't want to step up. And the reason why they don't want to step up is because we have Nick Saban referring to it as the equivalent of driving a Ferrari 150 miles down to the Grand Canyon and nobody wants to actually tap on the brake. That's what we have right now. So that's what we start with. I'm going to give you a little recap. Wednesday in Washington, D.C., the people that's out there got a chance to see the Senate State Commerce Committee, and there was some testifying going on in regards to the Protect College Sports Act that we have. This is the new Cruz Cantwell bill that you've been hearing out there that's been floating around. It has an antitrust exemption baked in, transfer limits, NIL oversight, some of the same things we're talking about with the game. But we also have what's called, the guy that made an appearance earlier, the Lane Kiffin rule, because Lane Kiffin apparently is the reason why we can't have nice things in college football. But Nick Saban opened his testimony going into depth, and he said a line and said, if you had the biggest, baddest Ferrari that you could ever have and it was going 150 miles an hour toward the Grand Canyon, somebody needs to tap on the brakes. To me, that's not a metaphor because that's a man who watched the entire machine. One of the GOATs of college football coaching. He told the committee that his first collective at Alabama was $2.7 million. Then it increased to $7 million. Then it went up to $10 million. Then he retired. He saw the money still keep growing. He ended up going to see, all right, well, we're going to put it at $17 million. Then it goes and jumps up to 24. Now schools are approaching about $40 million on their roster, what they can accumulate for it. These are things that went on in the hearing. And Coach Saban, his career is a timeline of this escalation. He watched it happen from the inside, and now he is telling Congress that it's going to end something incredibly beautiful if nobody decides to pull on the wheel. Like Notre Dame AD Pete Bavacqua was also there. Pac-12 Commissioner Teresa Gold was there. We also had Gordon Gee and a player representative from USAW, Lance Holtzclaw. Now, Gordon G, when I saw him, he makes me want to laugh. He's a phenomenal storyteller. Why does this matter, Moon? Why should I care? He took shots at the commissioners of this league. And he said the word student is not in their lexicon when talking about commissioners. The word athlete is, and the word money also is. That's basically a grown man telling you what we all are thinking. Utah player Lance Holsclaw also came out and represented the people the whole conversation is supposed to be about. So good for him. He was showing love. But something that I noticed is that there was no representative from the SEC or the Big Ten that was there at the meetings, because the two most powerful conferences in all of the land released a joint statement opposing the bill hours before the hearing actually happened on Wednesday. They said it would reduce adaptability, increase litigation, harm the revenue sharing model. Greg Sankey admitted last week that he had not even read it yet. That's like showing up to a book club and saying that you just skimmed through that joint and just finessing it. Now, Rich Rod, pictured on your screen, West Virginia head coach, he weighed in this week and he called for a cap on third-party NIL to mirror the NFL. The worst team gets the first pick, and in college, the best teams are getting the best pick, and they are going to continue to go forward. That's not wrong. He also said coaches and ADs should be more involved in the solution than Congress. That's also not wrong. Two people, same problem, different angles, same place in the conversation. And then there's your dog, Steve Sarkisian. He didn't testify this week. He didn't tweet nothing really crazy. But he did say this quietly in a setting without cameras anywhere or anything like that. That's what we got to talk about. Now, that's the part that sticks out to me. He said, I watched a coach get fired 5 games into the season last year after being in the semifinals the year before. That is concerning to me about the health of our sport. Do you have a clue of who he's talking about? Just think about it. That guy, James Franklin, former Penn State head coach, who is now at the Virginia Tech Hokies with a new job, new pep in his step, and a coach who won a Big Ten title. He beat Ohio State. He built the program into a perennial contender. Then he's gone 5 games into a season. But it's important to add context to this because his team was the most loaded roster probably in his entire tenure, and the expectations for Penn State essentially deflated them in their seeding because they fell off of a cliff. Now, I know Steve Sarkisian, on the other hand, he is not naive. He knows how the business works, but I feel like he's trying to draw a line between the competition and something that start to feel like the different kind of sport entirely. When the coaches who are winning start to wonder about what they're winning in, I feel like that's a signal, and that's building on fire. Let's continue with the show. Update for you if you didn't know. That game that was supposed to be played in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, between NC State and Virginia, rematch of a very testy contest last year. Yeah, they're not playing in Rio de Janeiro anymore. We also got to talk about that. To be honest with you, the most important note, the game was moved because Rio de Janeiro, they essentially said they had to do an extensive review with the operational partners and the international stakeholders, and they decided that the game can't move forward as planned. Now, that is basically a fancy way of saying that they tried, but it didn't work. And it fell through 3 months before the college football season started. Now, these fans that actually bought tickets, they got travel packages throughout the official college football playoff Brazil site. All of them going to receive their funds back. They got to get them back. But it's a bad sight when I'm not going to see CJ Bailey, my guy, play overseas. Now, if you booked the flight to Rio for that week 0 game, I'm so sorry. But also, that was a gamble. You had to know that. Now, the game, the date of it stays on August the 29th. The date holds. The moment does not, though. Not every ambitious idea survives the contact and physicality or the operational reality of college football. But the vision, though, is real, and the timeline was not, though. This first football game that's happening in South America will happen someday, but it just won't be in August, and maybe they can aim for 2027. I think that they're playing a college football game next year in Toronto. So that's something, well, in Canada. Let's just say Canada, because the location may be barring to change. Let's just say Canada. But that's an important note Brazil does not work out for NC State and also for Virginia. Now, all eyes are on the ACC, who like to put all their focus on high-profile Labor Day kickoff classics around the country. They do it year in and year out now. But this game is going to be still keeping the August 29th date. But it's going to be going back to Charlottesville, back at Scott Stadium, something that we need to know. ESPN released their bowl schedule. What you need to know about it is we get Fenway Park in Boston on December 26th, Yankee Stadium in the Bronx on December the 26th too, Camping World Stadium on December the 29th. We also have Allegiant Stadium hosting on New Year's Eve, Raymond James in Tampa on New Year's Eve as well, Mercedes-Benz for the Celebration Bowl on December the 12th, kicking off this whole extravaganza for the Cricket Celebration Bowl. This is us basically saying that CFB Nation gonna have boots on the ground, and it's perfect for an opener because bowl season is not just a bracket; it's an entire documentary series waiting to happen with 32 chapters, because that's how many games that we're getting. 32 outside of the college football playoff games. The Pinstripe Bowl at Yankee Stadium, I'm probably looking forward to the most because it's probably going to feature up north teams. But outside of that, dang, it's going to be sad that we're not going to get the Xbox Bowl, but that opened the door for the Puerto Rico Bowl. We're going to be playing in Puerto Rico. Somebody got to be out there to try to cover it. You can feel it in the air, you know? And bowl season, with the release of it, it's going to be pretty dope. Let's continue the show. I'm going to give you a rapid-fire breakdown into Baylor and their program and what's going on, because the Bears, they're in year 5 of Dave Aranda's tenure there. And Vegas is projecting them at 6-6 again, basically mid. And they're saying that, hey, this might not be pessimism. This is basically the market looking at your situation at a program that's went 5-7, 8-5, 5-7, 8-5 over the last 4 years, and not finding a real reason to believe that this cycle is going to break anything going on. Dave Aranda is 36-37 overall. 12 one-score games that he lost in his tenure, and they're 4-21 against top 10 opponents. The thing that everybody needs to know, DJ Lagway is coming into town, and that's one thing and one reason that you should be excited, even if you can't get excited about their head coach. Now, I know you might be like, Moon, why should I care? Well, they play at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, a neutral site, against a program with something to prove as well, opening weekend. It's a reason to care. They also have the guy I just mentioned, who transferred in from Florida, where he threw 16 touchdowns and 14 interceptions last season. But Baylor had a minus 13 turnover margin in 2025, so something has to give. That was 133 nationally. The quarterback situation seems to be locked and loaded. DJ Lagway, again, spring optimism, a lot of optimism going up through the roof. But the market has not moved on Baylor and their score. They still got them Vegas projected at 6-6. Now, the good news is that there's real defensive infrastructure being built, and that is Dave Aranda's calling card. Hosea Wheeler anchors a real built front for the Baylor Bears that's going to have some teeth. He arrives from Indiana's national championship defense, and he brings credibility that Joe Klanderman could get busy with in his first year as defensive coordinator. Now, the vibes around this team still kind of iffy, but they do got Draylon Miller, former Colorado Buffalo wide receiver, if you're familiar, Louise Brown the fourth, and Gavin Freeman that don't have as much production as you can want. They're like three strangers in a car where nobody wants to pick the aux cord. They don't know what to do yet. But they do have a spring game, week 7, Kansas. That's a coin flip one in the air. The opener at Auburn is going to tell us a lot on September the 5th about how this team has prepped throughout this offseason. We got to watch Baylor in spring camp because Dave Aranda, he said he wants the Baylor Bears built on toughness, smarts, late game dependability, and that's not a description of what they have been. So the challenge to himself, really, to stay off the hot seat, fall and Saturdays has to coincide with everything that we're talking about in the expectation of Baylor all throughout the offseason, even though CFB Nation don't believe in one. Let's talk about FCS programs. Now I know you might be like, Moon, you my dog and everything, but I ain't about to watch no FCS schools. Good. You don't got to. I'll keep you updated on everything you need to know so you can just go about your life and play college football 26. The team pictured on my screen, Rhode Island. Why should you care about them? They won back-to-back 11-win seasons, my dog. 11-win seasons back-to-back. Devin Farrell, Marcus Buchanan, Rohan Davey. They got all All-Americans returning as a nucleus. 65% of their defensive experience is coming back from a team that just won 11 games. I'm just having high expectations on them. Their quarterback, he threw for 3.7K yards and 24 touchdowns. The guy Buchanan that I talk about, the receiver, he had 1,000 yards receiving for the second straight year. In the 2014 era, Rhode Island has never made it past its second round. This is their most talented team and probably that Coach Fleming has ever coached. The CAA just lost Villanova, Richmond, and William & Mary. The lane to dominance in this conference is clear as day. Give me all money in on Rhode Island this year. Next school we're going to talk about. Alabama State out there in Montgomery. Alabama State won 10 games last year for the first time in 2 decades. Then they lost to Jackson State, and the one game that would have sent them to the SWAC championship, and now all of the inflatables is just getting down. Andrew Bodie came back after an interesting transfer portal campaign. He's a SWAC Offensive Player of the Year who's returning back to the SWAC. He had some offers from P4, and ultimately people said, yo, Moon, why didn't the guy go to P4? Well, I think his home is in Montgomery, and his home boasts him with 20 touchdowns last year through the air. He had 500 rushing yards through the ground, and nearly 20-plus players are coming back for a returning team. He just plays Greek. There's a lot of things to love about Andrew Bodie. So Eddie Robinson Jr. maintaining a win percentage of 65% of his conference games for 4 straight seasons, and he has never won a title. I don't believe in being due, but if anybody fits the being due mold, it's Alabama State to win the SWAC in 2026 year of our Lord. Let's move on to the next one. Not going to take much time. Towson, year 4, Pete Shinnick. Sophomore quarterback Adrian Endorf is coming off 16 touchdowns as a freshman, 2.3K yards. The CAA already lost 3 programs because of a vacancy, so somebody has to climb to the mountaintop and show the world. Now, he built winners at West Florida, and he built a winner at UNC Pembroke. If this is the year that he either turns the corner or we're going to have some explanations on why we didn't get it done. That's what I'm thinking. That corner has been invisible for the last 2 years now. It's actually time to run out there at Towson. Let's get to it. Last FCS program that you need to know, Western Carolina. Why should you bet on Western Carolina and the Catamounts? Because they missed the FCS playoffs every season since 1983. Everybody likes an underdog. That's not a mishap, what I just told you. Every season since 1983, they have been 1 game short 3 years in a row from making the playoffs. They have never won a SoCon championship, and their head coach Kerwin Bell deserves actual real credit for building this into a legitimate contender. They have a kid named Josh Perry that's coming back at running back, just a name to know. They have a new defensive coordinator, Nick Rivera, coming in with a mandate to build a defense that had some holes. But they want to cross over into the next stage. They want to be able to have things work in their favor in November. That's where I'm looking at Western Carolina. Please, cue up my next slide. HBCU football, which I love dearly. If you see me out here on the show, we probably going to cover everybody from the big boys to the little schools that don't get a lot of love. FAMU and Bethune-Cookman, they confirmed on Wednesday that the 2026 Florida Classic, that's going to be played at Camping World Stadium in Orlando, November the 21st, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The stadium is in the middle of a $400 million renovation and expansion. They have upgraded the seating bowl on the upper side. They updated the expanded concourses, and they also added multi-purpose event center for them. So it's a real full transformation on the outside, and all of this is set to be completed 2027. Now I know all of this has a lot of noise, but I mentioned that because there's going to be adjusted capacity for the November game on the Florida Classic. It's just something to keep in mind. It's still staying put. So that's grateful. We don't need to lose any more HBCU classics at all. But one of only these two HBCU programs, though, I need everybody to understand that FAMU just got in trouble with their APR scores. So they are not eligible for the postseason this year, so they can't play in the Celebration Bowl because of an APR score not being eligible. Bethune is trying to get their mojo back, get their aura back. But I want y'all to just think about it. November 21st, gotta be there. That classic's gonna be one. Let's go down the list of recruiting, because I know there's a lot of stuff to go talk about with recruiting. But I promise you, by the time we out here, you're going to have more than just college football 27 updates. You're going to know what's going on around the world. Miami is recruiting their tails off, and Miami is on a run. They just signed 5-star edge rusher Jaden Bryant from MO, South Carolina, and he flipped from LSU to the Hurricanes on Wednesday after his official visit to Coral Gables. Once some kids go to Coral Gables, it's hard for them to leave, not wanting to stay. 29th overall prospect in the class, 4th ranked edge in the 2027 cycle. He joins 5-star cornerback Dante Wright, who flipped from the Georgia on May the 9th. 4-star cornerback Akeem Hall, who flipped from Oregon 1 week ago after Wright. That's 3 flips from a major program in one cycle. Mario Cristobal is not playing with us at all, bro. He seems like the foundation keeps stacking in Miami's way, and the Hurricanes sit in the national team rankings only behind Texas A&M and Oklahoma for their recruiting class. This is the highest rated Miami class in the modern era since 2008. They are building towards something that challenges that. People say the U is back. The U is loading and loading again and loading again. And they got a kid at quarterback, Darian Missa, who brought his favorite wide receiver with him. And they also got the kid that's on the cover of College Football 27. Sheesh. Next school, Indiana and Hoosiers. Indiana landed 2 4-stars on Wednesday. Defensive lineman Ronaldo Perez out of Ohio chose to choose the Hoosiers over his homegrown Ohio State Buckeyes, Michigan State, and also Virginia Tech. Running back Dejon Tally Rhodes out of Washington, D.C., area we love, the number 1 player in the district. He chose Indiana over Boston College and Penn State. Got to try harder. 11 commits in the 27 class right now for Indiana. Kirk Signetti, fresh off the cover appearance, just won a national title. He's on the cover this week. The program is attracting different talent that's coming in, and we're getting commitments. Winning seems to change everything, my friend. Georgia Tech, they came out of its official visit week, and they have a lot to talk about. Brent Key is cooking right now. The message is landing. The 2025 class is ranked 21st nationally for Brent Key at Georgia Tech. They got 2 commitments on Wednesday, so that's a plus. And June is recruiting season. So all of this is exploding. But you need to know, Malik Lee, defensive lineman out of Sarasota, Florida, is a kid that you got to pay attention to. He's the highest rated prospect in the 2027 class for Georgia Tech. They also signed 4-star defensive end Success Wabude out of Athens, Georgia, and he committed the same afternoon. Georgia Tech is cooking, bro. Cooking. Oregon, they landed linebacker Toa Satele out of Milani, Hawaii, and he's the number 1 player in Hawaii, 68th overall nationally, 4th ranked linebacker in the 2027 class. He committed on his official visit, which you love to see. He shut down the rest of his trip immediately, shut the schedule down, and said simply, "I knew Oregon was home for me." His father, Samson, played at Hawaii and was a 2nd-round pick by the Miami Dolphins. Things start just coming right along. The gene pool, though, is strong, and Dan Lanning, what he's building, and with this Polynesian pipeline, and that pipeline is not slowing down no time soon, we got to watch our eyes on what Dan Lanning is cooking up over here, bro. Because the Pacific Northwest all the way to the Pacific Islands, Dan Lanning understands geography and how to get the job done in recruiting. Montana State, come on down. Montana State welcomed a 6'4", 305-pound lineman named Micaiah Keene from Summer, Washington. He comes from the reigning 2-time Class 4A state championship program. He committed after his official visit to Bozeman after having offers from San Diego State, Eastern Washington, Portland State, Montana, rival school, and Idaho. Bozeman is already becoming a destination and fresh off of a national championship. Yeah. Who had that on their bingo cards 5 years ago? No, I didn't. PJ Fleck, Big Ten gets some love too. Minnesota leads the nation with 27 commitments on June 3rd. 27. PJ Fleck is quietly doing something that the national conversation is sleeping on, but don't worry, Moon is going to talk to you about it. His strategy is simply this: long-term high school development over heavy portal activity. He wants to rely on recruiting down to the core. And since 2017, the program is 66-44, 7-0 in bowl games. The class is not dipping. It seems like blue chips will continue to come along. It has four 4 stars, 27 humans pulling in the right direction. And why you want to pull in the right direction? Because out there in Minnesota, they like to row that boat, baby. And that means that the culture is doing the work. And row the boat is not just a slogan. It's actually a roster building philosophy that PJ Fleck has been leaning into. Clemson has 15 commitments over the last month. Things are trending up. They got 8 blue chippers. 3-star cornerback Bryant Robinson, picture on your screen, committed Wednesday over Texas Tech, Arizona State, all Big 12 schools. And he had his official visit in Death Valley, and he loved it. Dabo Swinney sitting at 11th in the national team recruiting rankings, and the Tigers are not done. They're still trying to land some more prospects as June carries on. Dabo does not use the portal. He uses June. Second to last, Richmond. They got a commitment from a Benedictine College preparatory quarterback, Ralphie. Shout out to my dog Ralph Love. Ralphie Puccinelli out of Virginia, 6'4", 220, 25 touchdowns in 7 games before he had a season-ending clavicle injury. The fact that he had 25 touchdowns in 7 games is crazy. But he is returning to his original high school for his senior season to lead the cadets one final time after his injury, which is, bravo to him. But he chose the Richmond Spiders. And I know, we talking about the Richmond Spiders, dog. Yeah, I know. But he chose them over Wofford, Penn, and William & Mary. And he said, look, I don't want to waste my time with any other schools waiting for something else when I know what I want. That's a kid that knows exactly what he wants. And the CAA just got a Virginia quarterback who wants to come home and win. And win now. That's how foundations get built in the world of college football. Last but not least on this recruiting trail, we're going to take all the way to the Pacific Northwest. Eastern Washington picked up a 3-star Zion Cargill from Santa Rosa, California, 6 feet, 170. He's coming off a season where his team made the state championship game, and they've been cycling through multiple quarterbacks. He committed after his official visit to Cheney, and he said that the detail is sealed the deal for him. So the fact that they already got some love, Eastern Washington's pulling in the right direction too. And you see what matters to these kids. You see what mattered to him. What mattered in Zion's case was a coaching staff that understands what 18-year-olds actually need. Bonding time on the schedule. Write that down. That is all the recruiting noise that you need to know. This is the world of CFB. The day is logged. The bowl map is being drawn. And personally, I'm already thinking about every tour stop of it. Saban testified in Capitol Hill and said that the car is heading down to a canyon that's grand at 150 miles per hour, and nobody wants to put their foot on the brakes. Brazil ended up falling through, so no more Rio. Baylor, they need September 5th to come sooner because they have a date in Mercedes-Benz Stadium with the SEC school. They have to change what the last 4 years have been for them, which is 5-7, 8-5. I gave you 4 FCS schools that you need to watch, and hopefully they can take a step forward because it's do or die. We're going to talk about the Florida Classic between Bethune-Cookman and FAMU. Miami is flipping players everywhere, left and right. Somewhere in Bozeman, they celebrating because a 305-pound offensive lineman from Washington State decided to choose home and make home here. That is June 4th. CFB Refresh. Everything you need to know. We're about 83 days until the college football season kicks off. And you know your boy Moon gonna keep you covered. All I ask, if you enjoy the podcast, which is just my podcast, if you enjoy it, check it out on Spotify. Just search in your search bar, World of College Football. We'd love to have you check it out. Also, check out the platform, the CFB Nation. We appreciate you tuning in. We really do this, covering the sport in a time where it's unpopular because we don't believe in the offseason. Check out the team at thecfbnation.com. Explore our articles. We keep you covered. And on my show, where we try to spotlight everybody that laces them up, I feel like we did a great job today. It's probably going to go down in history. It's probably one of the best shows that I've ever done. I'm proud of myself. You should be proud of you, too, for having to deal with the deep dive where they didn't tell you about the money until the absolute end. Oh, goodness. This is college football. This show is World of College Football. And until next time, if you don't hear anything else I say, Jesus saves. He loves you. I love you. I love college football more than I love cheesecake. And I ain't switching up on it. It's going to get a ring out of me. You're going to get a ring out of me. It's college football, baby. It's getting closer. 83 days. This is the world of CF.